Like me. Choose me. Love me.
Oh, I forgot our disclaimer. God dang it. I've had so many technical difficulties today. I don't know what to do. Live chat. Thank you for bearing with me. It was a contagion of technical difficulties today. And I'm just gonna let we're just having lots of stuff. So let me I think I hear is that me?
I think Cheryl's listening to a reel.
Yeah, I had to find it.
I know we gotta send stuff to Brianna Jewell, so
Yeah.
everyone, thank you so much for coming. We are going to be looking at the incorrigible Carl Daikeler and his recruiting pitch that is just literally pick me, choose me, love me is what he's going for. And so if I ruin Grey's Anatomy for you, I'm sorry. Don't talk to me. Talk to Carl. So I'm gonna let Jen introduce herself, and then Cheryl and Amy, and we will get the ball rolling.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jen Baruso. I am a former Beachbody coach, 1-star qualifying, and now certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. And I strongly, strongly dislike Carl Daikeler and Autumn Calabrese and just the entire company. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Oh, hi, I'm Cheryl Spears. I am the host of the Call Cheryl Hun podcast, and I created that space so that people can come on and share their experience that they have had within MLMs. It mainly seems to be a lot of Beachbody, which I'm fine with. So, but there are a few that are not Beachbody. Even Amy's episode was more about Prove It than it was Beachbody. It's just a space I do not like Carl Daikeler. I definitely do not like Autumn Calabrese because she triggers me so bad. I mostly share a lot of the tea in my stories, so make sure you keep an eye on my stories. And I am just here to try to work through all of my mind BS that I gathered from Beachbody, my 8 years in Beachbody, and just try to share with you all how I'm navigating it, and what I'm doing to try to get through it by outsourcing instead of insourcing.
By getting random messages from me after I see your stories.
By outsourcing, I am looking to work with a registered dietitian. I'm in the talks right now. I get a lot of my information from Miss Jen, so she helps me a lot.
Love that.
So yeah, that's all I got right now. Amy,
I'm in her stories every day.
All right. I am Amy Ewer. I was a Diamond Beachbody coach, and I want to focus on consumer protection. We're not haters or trolls. It's consumer protection.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a long week, my friends. It has been a long week.
Yeah.
But yeah, really just speaking out and showing some of the background things that happen to deliberately, or sometimes maybe they don't mean to. I had someone tell me last night, they're like, you need to quit giving them grace. I was like, well, I think some of them are in it so deep that they either can't get out, or some of them may not actually recognize what they're even doing.
Yeah.
Because we were all there.
Yeah.
That were questionable too. I do think there are some of them that know. And Carl definitely knows what's going on.
And so does Autumn.
Oh, absolutely.
And all of the top coaches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sam, congratulations. I love that your sunspot was not cancerous. I know that's extremely stressful waiting for that feedback. Y'all, hearts and hype for Sam in the chat.
Yay.
That's incredible.
Yes.
And I know Alexis had a good doctor's appointment with great news this morning as well. So I don't know if she's going to catch the replay or that she's going to be here later on. But congratulations, Alexis. That's amazing. And yes, Amy is the GOAT.
Yes.
All of the Snark crew that have been in Beachbody are incredible. If you knew how many times they have emailed compliance and said, "What the flippity flop why are your coaches running amok out in the wild?"
I'm going to give y'all a pro tip on like emailing compliance because it does get a lot. It's hard, right? I have a ton of email templates just saved in my notes app on my iPhone. And it's only about 2 or 3. And I literally do not need to go beyond that because they're always the same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have not heard anything from compliance on the email that I sent to them about
We
the
know.
Anita stuff.
Surprise, surprise. So,
Nope.
Yeah.
No response
you know,
from them, just from Anita.
I sent an email a couple weeks ago. I mean, one of many, but I remember this one specifically about Autumn sharing somebody who, trigger warning, said that her program helped them from unaliving themselves, and they never responded to me.
wow. Wow.
But it has.
It really
It-
feels like that, though, that they are just like, I don't know if they're sick of hearing from us. And so they're like, we're just
No,
not
no,
even
no.
respond
I
anymore.
did it from a different account. I created a whole nother account just to send it from.
Wow.
Just because I knew that they would do that. That they would, because when I send stuff, they do that. They ignore me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's my favorite.
10 years, I got a compliance email for a tweet you made back in 2011.
Welcome to the
Compliance.
club, Paris. Welcome
What
to
are you
the club.
doing? Compliance. What are you doing? Priorities here. At least from a marketing perspective, why don't we sort it by biggest priority? Like maybe the people who are still coaches or partners in Beachbody. Why don't we look at those first and say, oh my God, they are not with Beachbody anymore. We don't need to
Worry about them.
hours on that. Oh my God. No. And with that rage fit I just threw, I'm DC. I've never been in Beachbody. I just have a lot of big feelings. I ran into the Snark crew on the internet, and they haven't been able to shake me since, even though my technical difficulties just do their best to keep me from streaming with them. But I wasn't in MLMs, and I would say I love learning about Beachbody, but I don't. The more I learn, the more I go, what the hell is going on with this mess? And we're going to hear more of it tonight. If you don't recognize the conference room behind the Snarkers, this is from the design company that renovated Beachbody. And so, oh my God, is this Amber? Is this the queen of
Amber!
I'm on my phone right now because apparently my MacBook needs to be updated for me to be able to use the camera. So,
Did any one of us, I might have been me, that sent an email to NASM about autumn
I've got it right now. I got it right now. It was
And I
Emma.
actually just was searching. July 18th, 2022 was when I sent an email to compliance about Autumn bragging about coaches coming to her about her programs keeping them from unaliving themselves. And I actually did get 2 responses, but they're, cut and paste.
Yeah.
The response is, we are a small and mighty team and we try and catch everything, but with 500,000 coaches and billions of social media posts, you can imagine how tough that can be.
500,000 coaches.
500,000 coaches. Yeah, not anymore.
So
Emma,
Not anymore.
didn't you make, I mean, not Emma, Amber. Brianna's going to watch this and be like, these girls are just a hot
I
mess.
just told her we're live.
Amber, didn't you make a reel with the response from NASM about Autumn?
yes,
Can you send that to Brianna?
I can.
Oh, she just posted 2 minutes ago. She said, it was Amber. I found it.
Okay.
So she's got it.
Okay.
Where's the it's not an okay excuse to be, we're a small but mighty team.
Yeah.
You know
no.
what's not mighty? Making crappy claims about stuff that you cannot back up, and you're manipulating people with mental health struggles for personal profit, and then you're saying, oh wait, we cannot control our own coaches. Well, you need to figure it out.
Or
You
super
really do.
trainers.
You really do. And before I continue to rage, Amber, can you please tell the live chat your little backstory and all the things, and I will make sure to link all of them in my description after the stream.
Yeah, so Amber and I was in Beachbody for 5 years. I hit the esteemed diamond rank. I was almost 2-star when it all crumbled beneath me. Very much suffered with body dysmorphia and ED.
Uh-oh.
Well, obviously,
We lost her. Here she is. Sorry. It's contagious. I'm so sorry. I will take responsibility. I know. I've given it to all of y'all. I'm so sorry. The technical difficulties will never leave us.
If my dang computer was
No, you're good.
What does Sean T being gay having to do with him doing bodybuilding?
yeah, I was a little
I was gonna
confused
ask
about
that as
that.
well.
A little
Buddy, you're
confused by
gonna
that
get
statement.
blocked. Sorry, I'm gonna block you. We don't need that here.
No, we
No,
love
thank you.
everyone, and we do not discriminate on what you look like, who you love, your sexual orientation, or anything like that.
I'm gonna take the
Only
chat off
call
so we
out.
can go, and then I'm gonna reload. Oh wait, God.
Yeah, we lost Amber.
Yay, Rachel. So I have about 20 minutes before I got to go.
Okay. Let me let Amber finish, and then I will put the live chat back on, and I will put the link to the video so we can react to it. Okay.
let's see, where was I? Yeah. Eating disorder issues. Then I finally got out and I started speaking up about my experience, and in doing so, helping other people realize that their experience is not out of the ordinary, because as we know, we were all taken advantage of by Beachbody, and our insecurities were preyed on to make Carl money under the guise of women's empowerment. So yeah, I just give people all the information so they can make an informed decision about joining BODi or any other MLM, and make sure they know the facts so they don't harm themselves in the process, like many of us were harmed, whether it was physically or mentally or both. Yeah.
I love that.
I liked Karina's introduction for Amber. Did
Oh,
you see that, Amber? I'm just saying.
Where is it? Hello, I'm Amber. I'm a badass. Oh, I'm a badass with a peach that won't quit, and I love plants.
I like that. That's your new intro, Amber.
Yep.
I love that so much. I'm gonna take a screenshot because we need to remember this.
forget the books and Pedro Pascal's, and I did buy some new plants today, though.
Love that. I love that. All
I
right,
wish I
here
could
is
just
the
keep mine
video.
alive.
All right, let me let my dog out. Okay, let me go.
Okay, so before we start the video, this is his first opportunity call that he presented, and it was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
It
Okay,
was 3 weeks ago because did I watch the one last week?
I think you watched the one last week, and
Yeah,
then
I
this
watched
one
the
was
second
the week before.
And I did not record it, but it was the same thing as this one.
Yeah.
alrighty. Let me. Where did it go? Okay, it's over here. There we go.
Kids, her tips are super
Can y'all
easy
hear?
to follow and remember. And both programs are included with your BODi subscription. Whichever plan you choose, you get over 1,000 recipes that support a sustainable, lifelong health esteem eating routine with
Sure does.
delicious new choices added every
Is it really
month.
low? I can't turn it up anymore.
Cattle Dog Crew, he is hosting an opportunity call every Thursday until who knows.
Right?
That brings us to dessert.
I'm trying to turn it
Let's
up.
eat more. Health Esteem is about creating a life you love. That's why we've got an entire array of gourmet superfood desserts that taste so good you won't believe they're good for you and can even help you lose.
Uh-oh.
Me too, Karina.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ice cream. Or how you can replace a 590 calorie chocolate milkshake with a chocolate gourmet superfood shake with only 160 calories. Both delicious desserts. One is incredibly healthy. Shakeology makes it easy, and we give you recipes to enjoy decadent flavors that actually enhance your health and energy, help keep you regular, and reduce your sugar cravings. Shake it for your breakfast, bake it into lemon blueberry cheesecake bites, roll it into cookie dough energy balls. This is how you eat more dessert and get healthy at the same time.
Really?
Fitness and nutrition are the pillars of a Health Esteem routine, and BODi has the right plans to help make it fun and easy. But the foundation
Did Carl literally say that y'all aren't doing a good enough job recruiting? So I'm going to bring in the big guns. I'm sorry. I'm going to bring in the big man on campus myself because you're not getting enough people to sign up. Really? Is that what's going on here?
Okay, wait. So I have a question. What if it's that they want Carl to do the opportunity calls because of the wild things that people are saying in their opportunity calls, and they make trouble?
But if he's never had any discretion up to this point about
No, because even in the calls, he says it's stuff you need to ask your coach about or the person who invited you.
Oh, that is true. He does.
Oh my God. Carl
He
Daikeler.
can't even answer all the questions.
Oh
Yeah.
my man.
And Shakeology will also help you poop.
Yes, indeed it will.
No, it also, if you look it up, says that it can cause irregularity and digestive issues.
Right?
God. Carl. Okay, let's go.
Foundation is how we help you feel good about yourself on day 1, day 2, day 3, and every day after, even when things don't go exactly as planned. And that comes down to your mindset. That's why BODi has monthly masterclasses and weekly motivational videos dedicated to building positive self-esteem so you can handle whatever life throws your way without throwing in the towel on your health esteem routine. This is the answer you've been waiting for all along. Petra Kolberg, renowned positive psychology performance coach and author of The Perfection Detox, presents content from experts and authors. So every Monday, you start the week with motivation and joy. And every Friday, you transition into the weekend with a positive mindset.
You, just as much as anyone else, deserves happiness.
This is what distinguishes Health Esteem from the rest of the industry and distinguishes BODi from every other program, gym, or fitness and nutrition company.
Yeah, because it's
There's
expensive.
good weeks and
Yeah, you're going to differentiate yourself because nothing is more expensive on the market except maybe a luxury workout program in maybe California and Los Angeles or something like that.
But
I mean,
they also every other company either stays in their lane because they do not have the right people in place that are licensed and qualified to lead these types of programs. Peloton tells you consistently, go seek therapy from a licensed medical therapist before you go and do a mental rad. Tons of companies do that. That they can't. I'm sorry.
no, do it. Bring the heat. Bring the heat, Cheryl.
No, and remember, the head of compliance said they had no plan to add any sort of disclaimer to the mental health stuff.
A G-rated flip-off for you, Beachbody.
And this is how crazy that is, because somebody sent me a screenshot the other day of a rad or a boxing class that Kendall did. It was a mental health class, and at the very beginning, it states a whole disclaimer about how you need to seek therapy. This is not there. Like, it's a disclaimer. Does Beachbody or doesn't Beachbody already have, when you go to log on to a program, it's their disclaimer to save them from any lawsuits if somebody gets hurt. So why is it that hard for them to put that at the beginning of their mindset classes?
I don't know.
Because they don't want to discredit her. They don't want to discredit her. That's why. They want her to look like an expert.
Which is so wild. You're going to say, oh, I'm worried about someone looking like an expert instead of protecting the people who are giving you their money, instead of saying, hey, the consumer is more important than us looking like we're shiny and that we know what we're talking about. Why wouldn't we actually want to say protecting people is more important than our ego? But apparently it's
Well,
not at Beachbody.
you also have to look at it this way. The more that you send people out for or outsource their health, their mental health, physical health, they might go to a therapist. The therapist might tell them, this is actually not good for you. This is what's causing you to have these feelings. That could cause them to lose customers. So isn't it the mindset to keep it within?
Yep.
It's not to be able to let them go out and think for themselves.
Yeah.
Or have outside people have any, say about what they're doing.
Yeah. Y'all are making too much sense. I'm sure that, this is too much hater mindset for us. I'm just
I
joking.
woke up this morning and chose violence.
Let's go.
I literally woke up this morning and chose violence. So
Love it.
I've just kept it going all day.
Love it.
Bad weeks. We created the world's first health esteem platform. So you've got the fitness, nutrition, and mindset tools working together to help you keep going and love your life every step of the way, no matter what kind of week it is. With BODi, you're going to love the process. So let's keep going. This is BODi, where it always feels good to be you.
Oh my God.
I can't roll my eyes any harder. Seriously.
Hey, everybody. I hope I am live.
I'm sorry. I just have to say it. Why does he not have lights set up for this stream if he's going to be doing this every week? And where's his freaking microphone?
Yeah, you'll hear a lot of echoing.
Oh, for the love of God.
It is. It's really bad.
Oh,
And
so it's their audio that's echoing.
it is.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Carl echoing. Because he has nothing around, it's a blank wall around him, and there's nothing to catch the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it shouldn't be an actual echo. So if live chat, is there an echo for y'all? Like a real echo or just a tingy?
It's just the tingy noise.
Okay. All right.
With you, I'm Carl Daikeler, the CEO of BODi, and what's been a wild journey for 24 years when we first co-founded the company in 1998 with a mission of helping people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. And it started with just VHS tapes, if you remember those days, has turned into this crazy journey of innovation and ups and downs and most of all, an incredible community of people that has come together to help friends, family, coworkers, associates achieve something in their lives that they weren't able to achieve on their own.
Oh boy.
And that's really physical health and well-being, in some cases weight loss, getting stronger, and now with the advent of the business opportunity, earning some extra income. And what I wanted to do.
Are we being pranked right now? Because let me tell you this. Is this the first run through of his sales pitch? I'm utterly bored out of my mind. It seems like this is the first time he's ever said this. There's no enthusiasm. There's no charisma. And look, if he wants to tank his company, that's on him. But what are we listening to right now?
I just want to tell you, it was just as bad last week when he did it.
Oh boy.
Can we also state the definition of innovation?
Yes.
So what is a good, I looked up the definition, and this says, what is a good definition of innovation? Innovation is a process by which a domain, a product, or a service is renewed and brought up to date by applying new processes, introducing new techniques, or establishing successful ideas to create new value.
Well,
This is like when I worked for Samsung, and they used to try to say that they had the innovation above Apple, they actually copied all the time. There is nothing new or innovative about Beachbody. So he's literally lying to every single one of his people.
I mean, my story yesterday, posting that little screenshot of BODi's reel where of course they give Autumn the line for new science about
Of course they do.
periodization. That's been around since the 1950s, and it started in Russia with their Olympic teams.
Yeah.
It's not new. It is not based on new science.
No, but
Nothing that they go ahead. I'm sorry,
famous
Amy.
they're famous for making up words or recreating whatever it is they think is the new thing. But it's really like, they're like, oh, so health esteem. We created body positivity. We've been there. And it's like, sir, that doesn't mean what you think it means.
You know what would happen to us when we were in school and we just wrote out whatever we wanted to with no backing? We failed our papers because it's like, oh, you forgot to research this. Oh, wait, this is wildly inaccurate.
Or
No
this is
credit
like-
for you.
You've been plagiarizing?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Carl Daikeler.
If you were so innovative, why did you innovate? Is this what you invented? You are so innovative that you had to go back onto your old programs and remove music because you were scared of getting a copyright violation. So that's how innovative you are?
Yeah. It's called the cheapskate innovation, I think.
How do you have a program called Size that was created with the music that it was created? The dance moves are created with the music. How do you go back and play elevator music over that?
I
How
don't
do you
know.
do that?
We thought it wouldn't be possible, but Carl Daikeler said, hold my beer. Oh, wait, no,
that's
hold my
innovation.
Shakeology.
Hold my Shakeology.
Yes.
Hold my energize.
That's his innovation. That's his innovation. Watch what I can do and watch how many times my coaches actually buy up my shit. Sorry, Amy's channel.
No,
that's his innovation.
But here's the thing. I think when he originally started, he was innovative. Insanity, P90X,
Yeah.
like there was a lot of
Yes.
innovation.
Yeah.
And it feels as if he just has not been able to transform with the market and with the environment. And he still thinks that the same thing is going to be working that worked that long ago.
He's
right
in the 90s, just like Autumn.
Exactly.
I think Autumn's one of the problems. I think Autumn being there is holding him back because I can imagine trying to fight Autumn on all these ideas is exhausting. And Carl only wants yes people around him. So I think he's looking at Autumn, oh, she's going to bring me in a ton of money, instead of saying, this could literally tank my business right now. And what are we seeing in the stock market? The tanking of a stock price.
It's at 45 cents currently.
Oh boy.
Dear lands.
We need a stock ticker on our streams and we should just track it as the stream goes on, and that would be the best. Okay.
Yesterday it closed at 47 cents, so it went down 2 cents.
We love that for us. We love it so much.
All right, I got 5 minutes.
Okay. Go.
Today, and I'll try to do it in about 20 minutes so that I make the good use of your time. Is talk from the perspective of the business opportunity for prospective partners. We call you BODi partners. What it means to be a BODi partner, why it might be a good opportunity for you, and to perhaps talk a little bit about how to size up an opportunity. How do you know an opportunity is the right one for you, that it is interesting, that it will be something that's fun, maybe introduce you to some good new friends, and most important, probably from your priority standpoint, will be something that earns you some extra money without having to take an extra job.
Are you reading from Carl Daikeler?
Carl.
I lost thousands of dollars. That did not earn me anything.
Well,
I should have gotten a second job. Like,
the other thing is, I kept watching this going, okay, surely they're going to put an income disclaimer up. Surely they're going to put an income disclaimer.
Never did.
They didn't in yours. Okay, so in this one, he does say it like quite a ways into it. It's really far.
Very, very short statement on It's about you, how hard you work. Like that was it. Like
Hey, Jenna, pet, we can't do anything about that. It's actually
Carl's audio.
Carl's record, like
awful.
video. It's their setup.
I'm gonna
Did
press
they
play and
release
see
the
if I can fix
2023
it.
earnings coaches earnings statement yet? That was
No,
supposed
they
to be
haven't.
released at the beginning of the month.
No, they have not released that yet. I just checked today, and it still has the FAQ. Like, it's the same FAQ, and it says that it's supposed to be updated by the end of the first quarter. It's not up yet.
Yep. All right, I gotta go. Have fun. I'm gonna watch on my phone while I'm sitting at the doctor with my kid. And I'll listen to my phone. Have
Good
fun.
luck.
Okay.
It's the same thing. I've seen this already, so I'm gonna be watching DC's face.
Oh my God.
Her reaction.
Lord. Okay.
All right, guys. Have
See you,
fun.
Jen.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Amy, is he echoing when you're listening to it on your end, or is it just tingy?
It's pretty echoey.
Oh, then that's my fault. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. I'm gonna press play and I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna mute myself.
And so I'm going to talk to that a little bit today, and I hope by the end of this call that most important is that you might get into
Sorry, that's my fault. I don't know why he's echoing. I need to mute him. Let me try it.
touch with what's important to you.
Well, that fixed it.
And so that whatever opportunity you're considering,
That's my fault.
you'll have the basis for sizing up an opportunity and make sure that you make a good decision. Because there's nothing worse than sort of what they call being a dilettante. And that is just doing a little bit of things. Like when you're going to do something, even if it's going to be part-time, you want that decision to be based on what's important to you and solving not just one problem,
Where's my sandwich?
solving multiple things for you. So for instance, we have BODi partners who obviously they want to earn an income, but they also are looking to enhance their lives. And that income provides a catalyst, or the opportunity to earn an income provides a catalyst for achieving some things that might have evaded them. If you're not a gym person, I know I'm not, or a person who loves to eat healthy, I'm also not that. I don't like vegetables. I like a third grader. Having this business, working in this business, is a great way to keep yourself accountable, because not only do you want to be healthy, not only do you want to feel better and have more energy and improve your mental health and maybe lose some weight and get stronger and feel good in your own skin, but you'd like to have that the accountability to also earning this extra income by staying consistent with those behaviors. Now, it takes more than working out. It takes more than drinking a shake or eating a superfood dessert. Takes more than
sir, they're the same thing. You're drinking a shake, and then you said the shakes are now your superfood dessert. This is a marketing nightmare. This literally makes me crazy, because it makes me feel wild because of him trying to say this is also this when it's never been that, and now he's trying to say they're both and they're different, but they're the same. What is it? Oh my God.
Well, and the other thing that annoys me with all of this is, like, I am going to teach you how to properly evaluate an opportunity. I'm going to help you in that process and tell you what you should be looking at. But yet I'm not going to give you the income disclaimer. Yet I'm not going to give you any of those things. It's like the snake from Jungle Book. They like, trust in me. Like, I'm here for you. Trust in me. He doesn't want what's best for you. He wants what's best for him.
Yeah, and his investors.
Yep.
Yep.
Watching some mental health monthly master classes, or even changing the way you eat. It requires inviting people and caring about people. And that's the kind of community that, as the CEO of this company, that I'm trying to create. And that's why I volunteered when the team said, we were coming up with a promotion. I'll talk a little bit about it at the end, but a way for our partners to earn an extra $500 in addition to let's call it in round numbers. If you were to happen to bring 10 people into the business over the course of the next 3 months, April, May, and June, that would earn you about $780 US. So we said, hey, as an incentive, we're going to put an additional $500 for people who bring in 10. Okay, so it's $780 plus $500, and there's a lot of way that people are telling us that they would enjoy that money, particularly as we go into vacation season. And the team said, hey, Carl, would you do an opportunity call?
Yep.
Quick question: how much are these coaches paying in?
Well, probably $240 a piece at least for Shakeology, plus the 14 whatever dollars for being a coach every month, plus the initial. Well, I don't know. A lot. I mean, I don't know.
So if you Shakeology, so Shakeology, this is what I paid every month. Okay, so I paid $99 for Shakeology, plus $149 for the package, the Recover and Energize package. And then plus $49 because I needed an extra Energize because I did 4 scoops a day. So that's $297.99 a month. So for 3 months, right? That he said 3 months times 3, that's $893.97. So how much? $780
plus 500.
Plus 500. So right now you're at 1280, and keep in mind.
So if I minus 1280 equals, I'm in the hole. Well, I'm a profit of 386.03. That's
tax.
Plus tax.
And that is as long as you are hitting Success Club, which most people struggle with. If you're going to have a chance to do it, it is definitely going to be in your first, because you have your family members who take pity on you at the beginning.
Yeah.
But how many hours did you have to work over that 3 months
to
get that $500? Because I was working all the time.
Yeah.
And when you first start, you get put in all of these team pages and calls and all while you're trying to learn the programs and food, and it's everything all at once.
Yeah.
Great point, Claire. Do you know how many potatoes you can buy for $897? A lot of potatoes. A lot of potatoes.
And I spent even more than that because I had I got Shakeology for my husband as well.
Well, that's what I got. So that was Shakeology was for my husband, and then the Recover was for me. So for him as a coach,
I drank both of those.
Oh,
and bought my husband Shakeology because I needed to keep his account active.
Oh yeah,
and
my husband didn't drink any of it. So the Shakeology, the Recover, I was able to do one under him to keep him active, and then the rest for me.
Oh yeah, no, I was in, you guys. I did all of it. Give me all the things.
Yes. Oh, and we have a little fun lick the stream voice thing from Amber's offspring. I'm gonna ready for it.
Lick the stream.
It's my favorite sound clip I've ever put on my soundboard, and I use it all the time. So thank you for licking the stream. If you're on my stream, I'm gonna put everyone's links back in the chat so y'all can go support Amber and Amy and Cheryl and Jen as well. I know maybe takes a little bit of time to make all the laps, but we appreciate it because yes, it helps us, but it helps push our content out for other people who are interested in Beachbody content to find out the fluffery that is going on with Carl Daikeler. So
yeah.
All right. Play.
Paul, so that people can get the perspective from the CEO. What's this about? And again, what's special here is the ability for people to accomplish something that might have evaded them. And that's my story. So I'm going to start with my story.
Oh boy.
when we started this in 1999, like I said, I don't like working out. Definitely don't have time to go to the gym, and don't like eating healthy. But I like the.
I mean, do you hate vegetables? Are you going to tell us that? I mean, everyone on the planet knows that you hate eating vegetables.
And you're a third grader and blah.
Oh.
Feeling of staying active. I like the feeling of having energy from eating healthier. And sugar really is not my friend. I definitely am affected by sugar. But I just wasn't making time. And so I was eating junk food and doing all the things. And then we created programs one was called Power 90. You might have heard of P90X or Insanity. And because it was attached to the business, something that I'd never done my whole life, which was stay consistent with a fitness program and stay consistent with an eating program. Because
no, he has talked repeatedly in other venues. The reason that he had to be an example was because he did not want to have to pay anybody for before and afters. They could not afford it.
Yep.
So it's not that this company miraculously changed you, is that you were desperate. You were willing to do whatever you had to do that you didn't have to pay for, which is kind of how he runs now. Like,
Yeah.
Yep. CCLI licensing. Oh, wait, we don't want to pay for that. Shocker. Does that sound exactly like Carl Daikeler? Indeed, it does.
well, and he came through Guthy Ranker, which was a direct sales company that takes the infomercial. They take those calls, right?
Yep.
And so there were a lot of other fitness type videos or even like some equipment and that kind of thing that Guthy Ranker did all the time outside of once they kind of started doing a lot of these things. But Carl knew exactly what was going to sell because he could see that from Guthy Ranker. He knew what people were purchasing and watching. And so he was like, oh, how can I capitalize on this and then pivot and change my story to fit this, because that is what is going to sell.
Yeah, he's always been sales focused, except the problem is when you miss the point and you're just looking at the dollar instead of actually seeing if your service or your product is an incredible thing that people are going to want to buy. He's lost touch with his customer base, and he is so hyper focused on the Beachbody body ecosystem that if he just looked up and looked around for a second, he would see for the past 20 years, the shift that is thankfully starting to happen with the fitness industry, and he's missed the boat. He missed the boat for 20
Completely.
years.
Well, and the thing that also is really, really funny is that he's forgetting a whole bunch of programs that they did that some of them, I mean, some of them actually fairly well, like that yoga booty ballet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some class right there. You know dang well he probably had a hand in naming that one too. Okay, wait, so you're doing yoga and you're doing ballet and you want to work. Okay, yoga booty ballet. That's our theme.
That's it.
So stimulating, Carl Daikeler.
Mhm.
Seriously. Oh my God.
Because it was attached to the success of this company that we started, I was getting great results. And early on, we realized that there were customers buying it through infomercials and online that were also having great results. So we created a community, message boards actually, and people started to come into those message boards and have an incredible experience, and they were supporting people in getting results, and this beautiful community got started. And then somebody posted that boy, I've referred so many people to what was called Beachbody at the time, and to do P90X or Insanity or 21-Day Fix. If I got paid for all the people who I referred to this, I'd be rich. And I thought, well, that's really an interesting idea, because here's people who are doing this support for free because they feel they love this.
Hasn't Avon been around since the 1800s? Hasn't Amway been around for a ton of time? Again, he's taking credit for a twisty multi-level marketing system again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Those message boards were fun. I was on them. I was on a lot of them because I started doing Turbo Jam like when it came out. So like I was on those message boards, and they were great. People had great suggestions because it was just like, it was a community. And in my opinion, when you have a community like that, that is so, so supportive, as soon as you start to monetize it, it changes that community like that. So by deciding that you are going to bring money into it, no, like that is what is going to then hurt your company and hurt that community.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's ways, because like, and I hate to compare YouTube to everything. There's something to think about. If you're monetized, how do you maintain the same kind of fun in an environment? And the great part about YouTube is if you're monetized, AdSense will pay you. Yes, there's also subscribers, like membership that you can do, but it's like, how do we all and again, it's just a question to look, how do you add both without compromising what you want to bring to your channel? And again, I think that Carl missed it. He missed it a little bit, because yes, when you bring Avon has been around since 1886.
What?
Oh my
They were
Lanta.
MLM in the 1800s?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
What the
A
hell?
while. No, Carl thinks he invented everything. He thinks that he invented body positivity. He thinks that he invented, well, no, he calls it health esteem. He
Esteem.
thinks that he invented multi-level marketing or an affiliate kind of link as
Mhm.
well. He just is saying like, oh, I discovered this myself just through osmosis of ideas and my own ideas, because I definitely wasn't, stealing them from anybody else, except he was, in my opinion.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Programming so much, and they love the results that they're getting. It's also supporting people, is holding them accountable to stay up with the program. But if we added the financial incentive, frankly, that I have, where people could link their consistency and what we call being the proof the product works to a financial opportunity, people would have the same motivation that I would have, and we would really have an opportunity to affect millions more lives. And when I say affect millions more lives, that's important, because
Why
said,
is it important? Because my business is going to go under if we do not add to the bottom line. Sir, we can tell you don't mean what you're saying, and that's just that's just what I am assuming.
Well, and when you look at it, he wants you to have the same feeling that he has. You are the CEO and like owner. You're not going to have the same as a stay-at-home mom who is trying to make things work, but I'm spending $400 a month on your crappy products. Like, we are not the same. We're not the same, nor are we going to have that same level of loyalty, of like buy-in that he is saying you should have.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and I got an invitation to a Tupperware party.
Oh, hell yeah.
What are they doing? Come on.
I don't know. And
I keep getting invited on Facebook to Scentsy parties, Pampered Chef parties. I'm like, these people do not even pay attention to my stories.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. Yep. Hey.
We want to size up this opportunity. And when I look at an opportunity, as you consider an opportunity, one of the most important things to ask yourself is that opportunity something that is needed in the marketplace? Are there a lot of people who need what this is, so that there's enough prospects to sell to?
You don't even know.
And is that product unique in the world? Like, is it something that you just can't get? You can't just go to a drugstore or any other store or department store and buy it normally. And certainly what we were creating fits that bill. Like, there's 150 million people
that was like a Freudian
are
slip.
overweight or obese, and
I think that is absolutely.
Brittany's like, well, I mean, and it fit. I mean, it still fits. It's not like past tense.
I think he forgot to practice a sales pitch. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh my Lanta, Carl.
haven't chosen any solution to get their health in check. But more importantly, even I think, is the 120 million people out just in the US alone, adults, who are diabetic or pre-diabetic.
Oh,
Pre-diabetic
stop
means
it.
that they're on the road to getting type 2 diabetes, which is a lifestyle disease, meaning it's preventable through the greatest prescription ever created for health and well-being.
What was it?
Fitness and diet.
Fitness and diet. They are the greatest thing for your health.
Leave
The greatest
my
prescription.
family alone.
Right?
Leave my family alone.
And he just said prescription. It is the best prescription.
We're not pretending to be medical doctors. We're not Gary Young. You need to stop. Seriously. And if you're a multi-level marketing person, and I can't imagine you'd make it through this part of the stream, but if kind of you're lurking and you're thinking, please stop targeting people who have health vulnerabilities. And I say that as it is so devastating to be struggling with something to find answers. And then if people find out about it, they're going to say, my product can help you. Just stop. Just stop. We don't need a sales pitch. And to take advantage of someone who is in a precarious position with their health for personal profit, just stop it. And I say that as kindly and directly as I can, because that type of behavior, we're going to continue to call it out. So please stop before we find you.
And he also said that people are in this condition. He made that they were making choices. He made it. He was very victim blamey. And I don't remember the exact wording that he used, but it was to the effect of that you have chosen this.
No.
And it's like, dude, are you serious right now? And they get back to this like diabetic and pre-diabetic number.
Well,
where did that come from? Who is determining that? And to say that then it's a choice. Oh,
you don't think he's trying to piggyback off of the whole Ozempic Mounjaro phase by now going after diabetics and pre-diabetic people?
Oh,
I think they're an easy target for him because of some of the improvements that some people can experience who have type 2 diabetes, sometimes with some diet changes. I'm trying to be careful because I would never want to say something online where someone's listening and you get the idea that you did this to yourself. I would never want to share that idea.
No.
And there's too many CEOs and MLM, independent contractors who already do that all day long, and it's part of their sales pitch, and that behavior is awful.
Well, and to even imply that Shakeology and the workout programs, when he said that you needed something unique in the environment, and someone posted it, I didn't even see, but like Tybo, Jane Fonda, Richard Simmons, like all of these workout programs. And then you look at how many people were making shakes, and yes, there are a lot more now, but but to say that he kind of is pioneering this, no, you're not. That is so great.
Yeah.
And just so people don't think that we're just hating on Carl. I mean, my whole family is riddled with diabetics. My mom, she's diabetic. My grandmother was diabetic, all of that. That's part of the reason why I actually started moving my body. And that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to be in the health and wellness space and make sure I took care of myself, because I was scared to death that I would end up with diabetes myself. I know that, moving your body and eating sustainably or whatever. How would you say
even
that?
just a variety of nutrients.
Nutrients. It's
like,
good for you. We're not saying that, health and health and wellness is like the end, like we're against everything. I'm neutral in all of it. There are some people that I know that I've had conversations with in my DMs about how they had to get on Ozempic because they literally needed to lose weight. And honestly, if that saves you from not having to have surgery, I mean, that's pretty good for, I don't
Yeah.
hate on anybody. What I do hate on is the fact that you are teaching your new coaches and your existing coaches to target a demographic of people who are very well ready to try anything so that they are not stuck being like on medications for the rest of their lives. And
Yeah.
they're vulnerable. And that's wrong. Because
So
you are not a doctor.
Yep.
it's interesting. So I was talking to Brianna Jewel today, and because she has a master cleanse video, and I messaged her. I'm like, I tried that. She's like, of course you did. She's like, we have talked about this. Stop it. Because you're desperate and you want something so bad that the thought of and maybe it was me being super naive, that like, why would people lie about this? Why wouldn't they be truthful about their results? And the not verifying things, like and I think that's why they want the MLM model, because you tend to trust someone that you are either in the same social circle, church group, whatever. You have that trust automatically. And that's why it was important for him, in my opinion, to do the MLM route, is to capitalize on that, because you're not, at this point, I believe it was the main health and wellness MLM, as far as having like the total package, Shakeology but yeah, anyway, it's so twisty, their history. But yeah, we're not saying not to be healthy, right? Like, there's a lot to be said for being active, but you also have to look at the things that may be preventing someone from doing it. That may not be a choice, Carl. Like, to say that it's that people are making the choice not to change.
Yeah, or they somehow did it to themselves, and we hear that idea. Carl does it, Autumn does it. Oh,
Chloe
the
does
people sitting on a couch with those potato chips, they just really push themselves into some
Do
kind
you
of
know how much I would just love to be able to sit on a couch and eat potato chips all day? Like, when I hear people say that, it literally irritates the bejesus out of me, because I don't sit down. I mean, I sit down for work,
right.
and I stand up for work. I also have a treadmill that keeps me moving and motivated. But my body type is considered by, Autumn and Carl and Claude, we'll bring her up,
Yep.
as to be obese and sickening, and I'm disgusting and unhealthy. But I move more probably than they do during the day, every single day.
Yep.
My office is upstairs for a reason, so that I have to go up and downstairs to let my dogs outside.
Yeah.
It's little ways to get movement in. Movement is movement. I literally, I'm sorry, it literally pisses me off so
Well,
bad.
And you don't get as much good like medical care either. Even if you have access to a doctor through insurance or whatever, and you go in and the first thing they ask you to do is step on a scale.
Yep.
And then the nurse is going to say, well, just so you know,
Yeah.
just so it's really clear, you're this weight and it's way bigger. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't even walk without a pain flare right now. I went from playing tennis 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, basically, running marathons, doing half marathons, and I cannot do anything anymore. And it's not in my head. And as much as I would love to be like, okay, I can't even keep any food down. I cannot there's lots of extra things in there. And that's not even diabetes or other comorbidities or whatever it is. It's not even all those things, or even the pandemic. And Eloise is saying that there, type 1 and type 2 diabetes is 30% spiking. Like, there's more happening. Oh, that's something that we chose for ourselves? No way, Carl. There's no way.
Yeah.
And I don't, I just, it just is another sign that they're off base, in my opinion, of their understanding of this, because I really think that they cannot get past the 6-pack abs in the bikini, swimsuits and looking good on the beach. I think that, and I think that's where they're getting a lot of conflict here, because they still believe that. And Carl's trying to, oh, well, we got a mental health person so that you really can commit to this diet. And that's what it feels like. Oh, well, we got this mental health person so you really can do all these workouts, instead of saying your mental health is something that we should look at, and you should look at it with a professional if you have access to that.
Oh, absolutely. And did you see, I mean, here's the thing though, like someone mentioned they went to the dermatologist and they weighed you? Like, what?
Why?
There's no reason. There is no reason for that. Like, and oftentimes, like, I fully admit I would put off going to the doctor sometimes because I did not want to be weighed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it was such a mind block for me.
Yep.
And I even remember like when I was pregnant and they would weigh you every appointment.
Yes.
And if you happened to have gained more than like is standard, then you would get, for me, I would get a like, okay, well, make sure you're doing this and don't do this. And, and I'm like, okay, I am pregnant and I am doing good. If I can hold anything down, I'm going to eat whatever I can.
Yeah.
But you would feel just so guilty. And that I feel bad that that's often the experience at the doctors.
Yeah. You can also, Emery said you can ask to not be weighed. That's true. But you can also request if they put stuff on your chart that should not be there because it's not necessary, because they're going off of outdated sources. You can also request for them to remove that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the BMI chart.
Yeah.
Diet. And so this certainly checks the box as an opportunity goes for a huge market. But even more exciting than that, this is with a problem that has not been solved for so many people. That means that it's not regularly available. Sure, there's gyms and there's weight loss apps and nutrition apps that you can get. But you got to put it all together. It's not synthesized out there like it is by Beachbody.
Have you never heard of a personal trainer? Oh, wait, maybe you haven't heard of a certified personal trainer, because Autumn does not keep up her certification. Sir, there
are free workouts. Caroline Gibbons on YouTube. I mean, he's so full of crap.
No, I mean, and that's the other thing. There's so much of it that is free content. And so, he's talking for some reason. I don't know why he's saying that, like that they are more affordable when he knows that they just upped their price by an crazy amount for what was it? Like it was quite a bit. It was a big jump, enough that people are really upset about it.
They increased their prices and removed and decreased their lab classes.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull someone's comment out of the chat because they were spamming it. So, okay, it's gonna be still there. Okay, I'm gonna press play.
It is BODi.
So I was having great success, and then we launched this business opportunity, and I invited some people to become, at the time we called them coaches, and it really started to take off. It was really resonating. And that along the way, we realized, like I said, I don't like vegetables. We realized that we needed to help people with sort of a biohack. Basically, people like me who don't eat all that healthy and don't have time to become a health and fitness nut. I don't have time to do the research and everything. So we had a formulation of superfoods that are really powerful in helping the body sort of heal itself, helping the body do its natural processes to help you stay regular, help digestion, help reduce cravings, and not suppress cravings unnaturally, but help the body feel satisfied so that you're not reaching for snacks at off meal times. So we created.
Have you tasted Shakeology, sir? Look, I know some of y'all love it, and I know some of y'all like Energize. I'm saying if you a side-by-side comparison, if you mix Shakeology powder with water and ice and you did another product with ice and water, would you choose Shakeology ever? I don't think so. I've tried it, and look, my gag reflex, I actually like food, so I think I'm more trustworthy maybe than the next person. But when I tried it and I, gagged on a live with the Snot Crew, I was surprised that it was their big money maker because you have to add so much stuff to it.
Just so people think that we're not haters, I do love Energize.
She does, yes.
I did too.
Well,
I had an allergic reaction to it.
Lemon. The lemon I loved, but
yep, the lemon. If I could buy it from somewhere that is not have anything to do with Beachbody, I would never show you all because I don't want to advertise it. I would tell you, but I would never show it. I would do it.
Yeah, it's just, I lost my thought.
Also,
there's no such thing as superfoods. Jen did talk about that. That's a marketing term. I also find it kind of weird that he he's like, people formulated it. You mean your wife? Like, wouldn't you say something about wow, it was great. My wife and Darren O'Lean, give them credit or whatever, but he doesn't mention his wife, and it's weird. It's weird to me.
Because he thinks it doesn't or it invalidates the Shakeology product. Maybe it does, because you are letting it continue to, I don't know, continue to be sold, and your wife was the one that formulated it. And they always say world renowned so and so and his wife, and I don't even think they say Daikeler at the end of her name. I don't. Some of the ones I've heard don't say her last name because they want to separate it out, like it's not what is it, nepotism, when you are letting people do stuff because they're related to you and they wouldn't necessarily have been the choice had they not been related to you. Come on.
This thing, I have it here, called Shakeology.
Oh my God.
I have a shake every day, but so I'll have a chocolate shake every day. I also have this like a pudding. I have a cup of pudding.
He disconnected again.
Pudding
This meeting is
from
being
this
recorded.
Shakeology, so it means I'm enjoying dessert. I don't feel deprived at all, but I'm also getting an extra dose of superfoods at the end of the day. And the whole family does it. So this is the business that's been going on.
So now he wants you to do it 2 times a day.
Yeah.
It is and they lowered the amount in the packet.
So you've got I thought that was only in the Shake and Hustle. I thought just the Shake and Hustle was 2020.
Okay.
But
yeah.
You've got 30. Okay. So then you want your whole family to drink it. The pressure to purchase multiple subscriptions of Shakeology is really, really high.
Yeah.
It's super high.
It's
so now
so expensive. With a coach discount, it's still $99.
And in order to what was I going to say? I totally lost my thought, but I had a second thought, which is going to replace the first thought. This is the new thing that I have seen. They're going to have a new group. I saw one of the top-ish coaches is in a test group where they are trying out all of the desserts that they're going to come out with. And so this coach was like, oh my gosh, I was so sick of drinking Shakeology every day that now I'm so excited because I can eat it. I can eat my Shakeology now. And so that's kind of their thing now is like, oh, just use it to bake. And
when
we
they used to tell us
you couldn't.
Yeah. We were told that it depletes the nutrients.
Yep.
But now it's okay because their stock price has been below $1 for all of time. Oh, wait, no, it just for the past year and a half.
It's okay because it fits their narrative. It's whatever narrative they want to push.
Yep.
On for, I guess, about 12, 13 years or so. Again, it was Beachbody and Team Beachbody coaches. But something interesting happened last year, really post-pandemic.
Your stock price dropped.
And again, it's a little bit of my story, but
Your stock price dropped a lot.
I lost a lot of money.
Oh my God.
it's why it's an important business opportunity for you. We realized that the mindset of people had shifted.
That's right.
It started with sort of a transformational business of helping people lose weight. And we would see before and after photos. And that was really the fuel that would drive a lot of enthusiasm for what we were doing. But we started to see a shift that people really cared more about how they feel, and particularly how they feel about themselves, than they care about how they look.
Maybe because they were not able to have sustainable results with Beachbody because they're not eating enough food. Have we ever thought about that, Carl Daikeler?
Binging and restricting and the constant yo-yo dieting. Binging and restricting. That's what I did. I restricted all week long. And then as soon as Friday came around, as soon as I got home, we would eat out whatever I wanted that night. It usually was pizza. I would gorge on pizza. And then I would also drink a ton of wine or drink a ton of seltzers.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I would do the same thing all over again. And then Sunday, I would do the same thing all over again. And then here comes Monday, I'm starting again. Who does that sound like? Seriously, it is a constant. That's exactly what I did. Do you want to know something? Even my husband said it the other day, and this is the weirdest thing. We all know I do not hate on anyone who drinks alcohol because I enjoy my alcohol. I do. Like, I will have a drink or whatever. But when I was in Beachbody and I would binge and restrict every single week, the number one thing I looked forward to on the weekends was alcohol. Always. Went out, got drunk, went out to my friend's house, got drunk, plastered. Ever since I have quit, I have literally probably drank on occasion. Like, I don't, and my husband said it the other day. He's like, Cheryl, you've had I do boxed wine. Sorry, you all.
Love it.
You've had boxed wine in the refrigerator for almost 6 months. That box would have never lasted me a weekend.
Mm.
So when I tell people, like, I'm not hating on anyone, because when I go to my mom's house, it's in the country. We stand on the porch. We do the fire. We have drinks. We probably drink all day. Like, I don't hate on anybody that drinks alcohol. But what I'm saying is that if you have to look forward to that and or a different type of food on the weekends because you've restricted all week, something's wrong. And that's just common sense.
Yeah. Well, I love that mindset shift for you, Cheryl. I know it's been a process, but I mean, it's the same thing as someone who has struggled with the binging and the restricting in the past, being able to have treats and stuff in the house for long periods of time, not to not eat them, but to say they're here and it's not like I'm not going to replenish them if I want to do it. And it's like, I'm going to have one instead of having to hide that I'm eating an entire box of cereal. Or I'm eating an entire bag of candy and I'm trying to do it in secret because I'm so hungry. And I also don't want people to look at me like I'm, some kind of awful person.
Well, and depending on what happens when you do that, it's also going to impact your family's finances.
Yeah.
And so they tie it to like the financial part too. And so the guilt you would feel of eating a cheeseburger or, whatever that may be, is like, okay, so crap. So now I've ruined my health. I've ruined my weight loss progress. People aren't going to buy from me. Like it's this weird convoluted system where everything is connected with you being a product of the product.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why, and I know I think I've said this before, but that's literally why I do share a lot of Kat's content, because when I tell you, Kat is that, if you want to see a cringy coach, you want to see how Cheryl used, I was Kat. I mimicked her energy. I mimicked her consistent yo-yo dieting, her consistent, I can get to have wine. I'm going to save a yellow so I can have a glass of wine tonight. Literally, that was me. And so that's why I go so hard for her, because I'm like, she doesn't understand how much of a man buck it's going to be when she leaves, if she ever does.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, how can you leave when one of your best buddies is a super
Yeah.
trainer, and how can you live with the
And when
shame
when your spouse is quit.
Yep, and letting them down. And what is she gonna say about you on social? And how are you gonna be able to hang out if you're not fully supporting? And I say this as an influence part because that has to play that does play a part in all these coaches being there. And and that is why it's twisty with a multi-level marketing company, because you're recruiting, your friends or your family or close connections or a parasocial relationship, meaning someone online you look up to that person, you want to join their team or you want to look at them. The influence comes into play, and so that influence also keeps you in longer when you may have wanted to leave. And I hope that Kat leaves, but I don't know if she ever will, like Cheryl was saying.
No.
Yeah.
Now, how they look was important too. But you're not happy if you look good. You're happy if you feel good. So we started to do research, and we realized that there are a couple of things that were holding us back and holding our coaches back.
Yeah, we do
One of
too.
them was the fact.
I mean, we do, and I want to say this too. We're always kind of like, I hope you leave, Kat, because her husband seems so fun, and
He
she
seems great.
when they seem to have such a fun, like lighthearted relationship from the little bits and pieces, and she's so energetic, and she seems like she is a fun person to be around. And then there's this whole big baggage of
Misinformation,
the misinformation, the yo-yoing, and if you've never like binge and restricted, if you've never struggled with that kind of that dance with food, and I say dance in kind of a lighthearted way because it feels more of like a ball, like when you're sinking and that you cannot swim hard enough to the surface because you're getting pulled down by something that you don't really feel like you have control over. And then to the company that's making all of your money for you is the thing that's encouraging that eating disorder. It gets twisty, and and it's like, I hope she doesn't have to feel like that for the rest of her life. She's midlife right now, and she's spending so much time with Beachbody and like feeling bad about wanting to drink wine. And she like, if you like food, great. And she seems to actually like food. And so it's like
and wine. And I would totally love to hang out with her and drink some wine on the weekend or in the afternoon or have a nice glass or whatever. But that's the problem. I really do. And I don't, when I say that I go hard for Kat, like I literally shares Kat stuff because it resonates with me so bad. It's exactly how I was. Exactly how I was.
Yeah. Yep.
Fact that we were putting pressure on people, or the whole industry, frankly, was pressuring people to be self-critical before they start a program. So, I've got a muffin top, or, I need to lose 25 pounds. So you had to attack yourself so that you would then want to fix yourself, rather than do something far more powerful. And that is to acknowledge that I made it through a pandemic. I made it through middle school. I don't know about you, but middle school was tough. And so I'm okay. Like, I'm not trying to, I don't need to compete with people on social media and be compared to anybody else. I just want to feel okay in my own skin. And when you start there, we realized, then your behavior toward working out and eating better is about this person that you love. That's this person that you care about. And you're not doing it just for an outcome, but you're doing it each day because it's actually enhancing the way you feel. And we call that health esteem.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the problem though. You can say, yes, it's important for you to love yourself maybe you do work that out with a therapist and figure it out. And I understand parts of what he's saying, but there's always that shoe that's waiting to drop with what he says, because he wants your health esteem to be good so that you can fully commit to portion fix. He wants your health esteem and your mental stuff to be good so that you can really commit to losing all the weight and getting a six pack. He wants your mental space to be so good that you are totally committed to reordering every month. And you know, I that's the part for me, because it's different in saying, what does health look like for you? What are the restrictions you have that are immovable that you can't change? Do you have access to health care? And what would you like to do? Okay, well, I'd like to be able to carry my groceries up, and I live on the top floor of an apartment complex, so maybe I'd want to be able to do that without getting winded. Okay, cool. Or I'd like to lower some of my markers when I'm going to the doctor, and what do my blood test looks like, and am I seeing a progress? Am I seeing a progression in that? Or whatever that looks like. But there's always that but when you're listening to Carl. Fix your mind so that you can fix your body. And that's the twisty part to me.
Yep.
I'm just looking at my Shalene Johnson bobblehead over here. If you didn't watch me open it on Instagram, but this is my favorite part. She just looks at me while I'm streaming now and doing the stream with Carl. It's just so fitting. She's the best.
Oh,
And thank you, Amy, for sending that to me, because I love it.
you know, you have another one on the way,
Oh
right?
my God.
Of who?
Sagi.
Oh my.
Have you, DC, if you want to go down a rabbit hole,
Ah!
whoa.
Oh yeah, he was
Whoa.
charging people for blood tests.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was charging people for blood tests to get into his group to help them lose weight and gain muscle in his BODi Beast program.
Are you?
Wild.
What?
Yeah,
It was pretty wild. But and someone mentioned Shalene Johnson, and I think that she has such an important story to tell. She will not say it's Beachbody because too many of her family members depend on it. And so, in my opinion, she's not going to actually come out and say them, but they are the ones who did her workout videos that she talks about. And she has talked about having to lose an unreasonable, like, she was tiny and they were telling her to lose 10 pounds. And she did not have that to lose, but they would say, oh, so the one that got me was the sample video you sent in this week that you were going to pitch next week. Let's push that off. And now that video that you sent in, that can be your before.
Yeah.
That can be your before. So we're going to push it back a little bit and you'll have a before and after. The mind games that they play with you is.
She even talks about how she would look into the camera and she would like, if you would do this, this, and this, you too can get results like this. And she said, I knew that I was lying because I couldn't even get results like that.
Wow.
It's
twisty.
twisty.
And for Carl to, you know what, it's different if Carl said, you know what, we've contributed to this because we have not created a supportive environment for our own super trainers, because we're going to take responsibility for everything single thing we've said, and us putting pressure on the super trainers to achieve some unrealistic low weight and extra thin body type. We did that. That was on us, and that trickles down to y'all, and we're sorry about it, and we're going to change, and here's what that looks like. But it can't just be, oh my gosh, we came up with this great new idea, health esteem. No, sir.
Well, and if you look right, DC, right behind you, Shalene's picture is the third one in. So it's Tony, and then that one's Shalene, and she will tell you, and she will use that picture. That was when she was at her unhealthiest ever.
Wow. Oh, and if y'all don't know, this picture behind me is from the design firm that did the renovation for Beachbody. And also the picture that is our background is their conference room. So I just thought it was appropriate and makes y'all a little less dizzy that we're just on brand for Beachbody today. So I love it.
So rather than the imperfection economy, which
Can we speed him
If you
up?
want to fit in,
Yes, I can.
Sorry, you all. Like, I can't. He.
It
I
was
don't.
so painful. It was painful to
1.5?
sit in.
Yeah. Let's try 1.25 or one. Yeah. Let's try.
if you want to work out in this gym, you got to.
Oh,
No, 1.25.
I thought he was talking so slow, and then oh my god. Oh,
Apparently he had some energize and it's all over
yes.
now.
Okay.
do pull-ups, you got to do all the things. No. How about you're okay the way you are, but you care enough about the way you feel that you're going to start to take small steps to create what we call a health esteem routine. That's one of the things we realized. And to do that, some people that comes naturally to that high self-esteem. Doesn't come naturally to me. So I had to start doing some personal work. And that personal work came in the form of looking at masterclasses, mindset masterclasses, we call them, and reading self-help books. And that's when the team said, hey, why don't we bring that into the platform? So we've got these great fitness programs. We've got 2 incredible nutrition programs that make eating easy. But what if we...
Does it make eating easy, or does it make eating easy for you to develop an eating disorder, my guy? Because it's 2 different things. It's 2 different things, Carl.
And yeah, Jed mentioned the imperfection economy. That it would be another word that he made up. But the interesting thing to me was how much his voice, like the voice cracks, he's having such a hard time. And you have to wonder, like, did you practice this?
I don't think he did.
Like, this is not a good speech.
Yeah.
Not a good
And if
one.
you're going to be reading off of your computer and your camera is at the position it is, you can tell he's in front of a screen. Why would he not put his notes that he's been referencing as he looks down into, well, our right, but his left? Why wouldn't you put them right underneath the camera so you could look like you're engaging with the audience better? I mean, it's just picky, but like he's made so much money with Beachbody, and this looks so unprofessional. Like he didn't prepare, and like he doesn't really give a crap about trying to recruit people into his business. I just, I don't know. I don't like any of it.
We added mindset masterclasses so we can help people feel good about themselves at the same time that they try to improve the way they feel. So we just added that this year, and we made this one other big move, and that was to change the name from Beachbody, which the world had come to define as an ideal. It was never our intent to make it an ideal.
Oh, shut up. You did. You did.
You did it because there's so much negativity surrounding your company right now.
To make you think like, oh, so we did this because of this.
Yeah.
Right. And it had nothing to do with the fact that we are losing market share left and right, and people are calling us on our crap, and you don't want people to find that. So let's change the name. And it's not working.
Carl, do not try to gaslight us because the internet is for forever. Carl, you're just...
Carl Daikeler, stop.
But an aspiration, okay. But it was holding us back. So we said we need to change the name from Beachbody to BODi. We spell that BODi.
Yeah, Beachbody On Demand Interactive. For the love of God, it's the same thing. Oh, my Lanta.
Used to stand for Beachbody On Demand.
And look, can I say this from a marketing expert? If y'all want to continue to ruin their SEO strategy, always continue to put Beachbody with any mention of BODi so that they cannot escape it. Because there's no way that they're going to be able to get away from Beachbody, because
that's why every time I post anything, it's Beachbody /BODi.
Yep. We're just gonna stay linked up to that, and poor Carl won't be able to escape it.
Interactive, but now it's just the name BODi, and we changed the term for coach to partner because we don't want our partners, our coaches, to feel that they need to be experts in the field. Our experts are the experts. Our fitness super trainers are.
Are they? Wouldn't an expert mean that you would have to have extra training in the academic space to actually get something that says, hey, this person knows what they're talking about. They've taken a test that is a standard and rating system for everybody in the industry. Who's that person? Because it's not Autumn Calabrese. Sorry to say it, Carl.
Our nutrition experts, our nutritionists, our dietitians, they're the ones there to make sure that you get information that's quality information that'll get you results. But our partners are there to introduce people to the ecosystem, to the platform or health esteem platform, and to help introduce other people to this business opportunity.
It is a recruiting scam. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
A scheme. In my opinion. Oh my God, don't sue me.
So that you have the same leverage and the same influence that I have to stay consistent with your fitness and your eating and your managing your mindset that I do, because you're being the proof the product works, and that can create an income for you. That's what's so exciting about this to me.
He still has not done an income disclaimer.
Mm-mm.
At some point, you're going to start seeing that I started messing in the chat, and I was like, okay, is anyone doing this Q&A? Is anyone asking any questions? It appeared to me that it's mainly coaches
Yep.
that are on this call, not prospects. And so you'll see I start asking questions.
Ooh, we love that. We love that.
We love that.
Me. So we've got a super unique product. There's 150 million people in the US alone who can use this product because they're not going to a gym and they're not going to a trainer or a nutritionist to solve their
Cough, Peloton, cough. What do you mean they're not going to another thing? You're saying that, oh, they're not going to go to a gym, they're not going to go to a personal trainer, so the only other option is you, Carl?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I'm going to tell that is if they are in fact overweight or obese, because that's what I'm really talking about. I'm not talking about health esteem. That's why I'm throwing out these numbers that I used to say were for the number of people that were obese. And now he's still using that same number. And you're implying that people are not working out, that they're not seeing a dietitian. There are so many reasons. And he thinks it's all comes down to you eat too much, you're sitting on the couch.
Yep. Eating Doritos.
Eating Doritos. Those sound good, actually.
They do, actually.
their issues. And they've got the same desire that you and I have to feel better in their own skin. And in this economy and in this world that we're living in right now, there's a lot of people who are called to earn an extra income, but they want to do it while they can spend more time with their family, even in their part-time, nap time, or when they would otherwise just be scrolling social media, to have the opportunity to monetize that spare time. And this is the important thing, to do something meaningful.
And look, I hate to comment on clothing, but y'all know my hatred for Carl's blue shirts and his undershirt. And if you have that, it's not about you. Does Carl, and look, I get it. I love a sweatshirt. I will wear sweatshirts all day long. That's my brand. Mm-hmm. I get it. I'm just saying, Carl, is there another shirt that you can wear whenever you're on camera? And I get it. I'm being a little bit of an asshole. I'm irritated that
he's got enough money where he can have a different color shirt for every day of the week.
Right. I've never seen him in like a sweatshirt or a hoodie, or I don't remember ever seeing him in any of those.
Or even leather jacket with a V-neck sweater or something. It's not the super hot in California. Like, I just say this because I'm being picky, because I'm mad that he is saying an eating disorder is it and he's continuing to push the ecosystem that creates eating disorders. We've seen it for years and years, and he's pretending to be like, oh, we didn't do any harm and we made this new thing that's so healthy. No, you didn't.
Yeah. We just covered it up with body positivity. It's self-esteem now.
Yeah. So
eat more dessert. That's not disordered eating.
In live chat, if I just offended you because I was ragging on the blue shirt, I'm sorry. I had a bad day so far. I'm just like, ugh, snarky about a shirt. I'm sorry. Ugh.
For other people, meaning not just to have a job serving coffee or driving an Uber or whatever else.
I'm sorry. You could hate on Starbucks all you want. You can work part-time for Starbucks and get healthcare. So why don't you sit down, Carl, and until you offer healthcare for your independent contractors, why don't you not even rag on people?
If you want to be an independent contractor and earn money, driving an Uber and DoorDash is really good money.
Yeah.
You actually make more money than you would. I mean, you're getting paid for your time.
Yep. Right. Well, and even like Amber.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Amber posted, she worked for 7 days at Target and made more than she had made in 7 months of coaching.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she was a diamond.
In 7 days. And we were diamonds. We were successful.
Yep. Sit down, Carl. And people are going to listen to this and get influenced by him. And that's just wild.
And I would feel bad if I did work at Starbucks, if I did drive an Uber. I'd be like, oh, well, apparently that's not good enough because he's calling out specific things. That's gross. That is,
It's
ugh.
desperate, Carl. It reeks of desperation. And Starbucks pays for college as well. You don't say, Andy. I don't think Carl has really understood what opportunities there are out there. So
other opportunities, you might have to earn some extra income. This is an opportunity to help solve what I think is the biggest problem facing society right now.
What?
And that is the behavior change to help people be truly well. And that includes mental health. that mental health and physical health.
And we're the solution for that.
And Beachbody is a solution for that. Are you, Carl? Are you serious right now? He's dead serious. Look at him.
Yeah, he is.
And in my opinion, I think they know because we've been talking so much about how little people actually make. So now he's flipping it and he's trying to play on your emotions to help other people, because honestly, that I wanted to make a difference and I wanted to help people. And so that was like a huge pull for me, in addition to like, oh, well, apparently you haven't told me how much anybody makes because you haven't put up an income disclosure or disclaimer. But so now I can help people with something that is so important to them, and mental health matters to me. I am worried about that. You are playing on every single part of a person, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, and I hope that this gets even more attention. And you know what? Julie Anderson was talking about the idea of muting MLMs because, and I know I brought this up with Amy's stream. I've just really liked the idea of it acknowledges the power that the consumer has to send a message to these big companies. You know, they can buy off with lobbying all they want, you know, with politics and stuff like that. The only reason that Beachbody is still in business is because people pay for the subscription services and Shakeology. And if you stop, what message does that send to Carl? Something's wrong.
Yeah.
People don't want to buy our product anymore. And you can mute the MLM from a consumer's perspective. One person, it just takes some of us. So,
yep.
So, and what that like the mute MLM thing is from muting R. Kelly, right? Because I'll tell you how big of an impact that has is just basically when the R. Kelly stuff came out on a documentary, I still liked R. Kelly up until I watched it. But I specifically remember when I was younger, in my 20s, hearing about the stuff that he did. I actually liked R. Kelly so much that when I was 16 and he was dating Aaliyah, I was mad at Aaliyah because she was dating R. Kelly and saw nothing wrong with it until I saw this documentary.
Yeah.
They didn't bring charges forth until that documentary came out and people started muting R. Kelly. Everybody stopped going to his shows. Everybody stopped supporting him. That's exactly why he got charged and got put in jail finally. And he did horrible things. So that's a great example of when people tell me, well, I still have, you know, I do it because I like this workout. I get it, right? I do understand. I was there, you know, you paid money. There are workouts that maybe you do like, but I am telling you what you are doing is supporting everything that you seem to be against.
And the powerful thing too, charges were brought as well, but there's an additional thing for R. Kelly is him not having the money to be able to prey on people. And so that is another aspect. If you're like rethinking this idea of what does it mean to, well, I'm just supporting my friend. And I say it in quotes because people have said that to me. They've said it to Amy. They've said it to Cheryl. Well, I support my friends and I support my family. Muting an MLM is bigger than that. And we don't, I think the more we talk about it, the better idea that we have about the power of a consumer. The consumer is the only reason that these companies exist. So not exist, but stay in power and continue to do whatever they want because they're getting money flow from us.
Well,
Those
and
people that they could care less about.
And if he stopped making money from the MLM branch, he would have no choice but to pivot with how he markets. And how we can impact that is if more people see our content and start to understand and quit being coaches, because it's all of the people who are getting in right now are paying these the top coaches. So as they are losing their downlines, from what we're hearing a lot, then they have to pivot and they're going to all start losing money. And that's why we need to continue to speak out about it.
Yep, absolutely.
And
Karina, my husband would agree with you.
Yes, Karina's husband said, my husband has been listening in the background this whole time and just asked, I will never understand why white men don't like their women thick. Why are you trying to make everyone so skinny? I love that.
Know that exercise releases hormones and a feeling, the feel-good hormones that improve overall energy. So if you want to achieve that, why not work to achieve that at the same time that you share that with other people and invite them into this ecosystem? Same thing with eating better and trying to kick some sugar addictions, or at least reduce sugar intake and processed foods. If you've got the financial incentive to share with other people around you and on social media that this opportunity and this platform is helping you, you should get paid for representing that product. And that's what's so unique here is there's not another company in this space that does what we do, that helps people in this way, that actually shares the revenue with the people who are doing this miraculous thing. And that's
Doesn't Peloton have an affiliate program where you can get a kickback or no?
Yeah, if you share, you can share your code if somebody's going to buy. And I think I've never done it before. Literally, I haven't, but I think they can get the person can get $100 off.
Either that, I swear Amber even did she earn product or something like sweatshirts or I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I share, the only link I share is the free 3 months. I have that link in my bio. So you can go to it and there's a free 3 months that you can try on the app. That's what I did. You don't have to have a bike because they have every workout you can possibly imagine. So yeah, that's the link I have in my bio is a free 3 months.
Cool.
But why would you do that? You're not getting paid.
Because I care.
Help people? What?
I care. I generally do care. Because honestly, Amy, to be honest, because I remember when I think it was 9 Week Control Freak that did it for me. I was doing the workout. I literally was screaming every day because Autumn did nothing but talk the entire time. And my husband was like, Cheryl, just turn it down and just play music. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, well, then I can't hear the cues. He's like, well, you can't hear the cues because she keeps talking and she keeps missing them. So what are you told? So somebody actually did share with me a 3-month link for Peloton. And I started to notice, I started doing their program. I started doing their workouts every day because I love the music. And then when I made my assessment to not renew my Beachbody, my yearly body subscription or Beachbody on Demand, I went into BODi and I went into Peloton to see which one I used the most. And in 6 months, I actually used Peloton more than I used BODi in a whole year.
Wow.
And so that's why I share it, is because it is something that helped me, because I knew how scared I was to leave without having some type of movement, because that's what I was trained to be. That's how I was trained to be. Yep. And so, yeah, just to help people. It's free. Doesn't give me anything.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm long-winded.
Because it's hard. Survival is an instinct, which is why eating and eating to survive is something that is not in question. We all want to eat to survive, but eating to be well is something that you have to learn, and it's something that requires some behavior change. So imagine the impact on your life and the lives of these 150 million people and more globally that you can just introduce to this extremely cost-effective platform called BODi, with its fitness, nutrition, and mindset videos, where we introduce people to a very flexible system, something we call a BODi block, where the first Monday of every month, we launch these new programs that people can do on all different levels to follow a fitness program, incorporate a nutrition and eating program, and have these mindset masterclasses to keep you motivated and engaged. And when I say this, that we launched,
you have to pay. If you do not have an active subscription, then each of these BODi blocks, you have to pay $29 for.
Yes.
So he's failing to mention that. Like this, the reason you went to that is to get more money, in my opinion. It had nothing to do with
because you have to have an active subscription. Yep. And what's an active subscription considered? Shakeology, the Shake and Hustle, which are all of these active subscriptions are $100 and up.
Yep.
When in reality, you would just be smarter to just pay $29 a month to just upgrade the BODi block. But that's not how it's going to work. No, they're going to reframe that, because the way they get paid and get their reoccurring money is by subscriptions,
which people do not stay on. They can say it as much as they want, but people would only, when they were a coach, I would have people for several months maybe, but because they were a coach, I didn't get commission for that. I just got volume. And that's one of the reasons they wanted us, in my opinion, to have them as coaches, because then they put it all in your volume versus actually paying you a commission. If I had someone who was just purchasing Shakeology as a customer, maybe 2 months, maybe, and that was pushing it.
I mean, you have to think about it. Once they tasted it, and then they forgot they had a subscription, and then they canceled. That's how it always happened.
Yep. Yeah. Because it was a pain to return. So they're like, oh, whatever, I'll make it work for another month.
Yep.
First Monday of every month are easy to follow. Like, I think this is a revolution that has turned this business into something that I think is going to explode, which is why it's such a great time for people to get involved. Because for the first time, we're organizing fitness so that you're not just wandering around a gym or wandering around an app trying to figure out what to do, but we're organizing it in 5 workouts a week for 3 weeks, and then you get a week off, for a week to basically take it easy and let your body recover, and then you start it up again on the first Monday of the next month. And we do that in 5 different blocks a month. So you can do one called For Beginners Only. You can represent that to people around you to do a For Beginners Only block with you, or something we call All BODi, which is a general fitness program. We've got the Iron block, which is for people who like to lift. We've got the Bike block, which is for people who have purchased our connected bike and do it on their own screen right on the front of that bike. And so that's a cycling program. And we do a thing called a Super block, which is basically remaking content from our library that people have loved, but doing it with brand new popular music and organizing it into this BODi block 3-week structure. So,
but you only get to listen to it for the first playthrough,
right?
Cheryl, just let it out. Let it out, Cheryl.
But you can, as long as it's your first play on what device you use. So first play on your TV, first play on your laptop, first play on your phone, first play on your iPad. So just make sure that's 4 days. 4 days, if you have all those devices, those are 4 days that you're going to get the music.
God forbid.
Okay. And then listen, and then you could possibly, if you have enough room, go into your bedrooms, your kids' bedrooms. I mean, knock the kids out of the bedroom. It's okay. It's okay. You gotta have the music. You've already lost all of your plays. Come on now.
Can you imagine one of your kids accidentally clicking on the class while you weren't paying attention, and they played through the good music and you didn't get access to be able to listen?
So bad.
Has that ever happened to y'all?
We never had music.
Oh, okay.
It was always talking.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That would make me so mad if I was like, I only get 1 good play. Like, 1, don't distract me, and 2, don't click on anything. Because, oh my God. Elevator music, here we come.
Yep.
So this new content really changed the game, because here's why it's so special.
You regurgitated the same thing and remade something that was a moneymaker for you in the past, and then you repackaged it like you do everything, Carl. Is that what's so innovative about it?
Like, let's see.
Oh my gosh.
I'm on their website. It looks like For Beginners Only is the only new. Looks like Elise might have a bar, or somebody has a Pilates thing. Maybe. No? Doesn't really look like there's any like new programs
No.
at all. It's just regurgitated things.
21 Day Fix Part 10. It's like they're doing the Fast and Furious franchise.
T25 part what?
Oh, is it doing,
Five?
or is it T25 Delta? Is that what they're calling it?
Oh, yeah, and B25 bike, because Shanti's a certified bike cycle instructor, I'm sure.
Okay.
Live chat, let us know what you're going to be eating for dinner tonight or a snack, but only type something in the chat if it's going to be delicious. The rules, no Beachbody, approved food unless you actually like it. You know what I'm saying? But let us know if you're eating something delicious for dinner or for breakfast.
Maybe I can convince my family to try that ranch ice cream that I bought.
Oh my God.
When I did P90X, like I got great results with the program. When I did 21 Day Fix, I got great results with the program. But you know what I did then? I took the next couple months off because I was so intense and I approached it and I attacked it so aggressively that I wanted to take time off because it basically consumed my life. And I wasn't thinking about it from a
21 Day Fix is 3 weeks, and you lost.
But so he took the time off. Coaches don't take the time off.
No.
You have to. Even back in the day when it was just DVDs, you had to buy a new program every 6 to 8 weeks because you had to make sure that you had a newer program to run a challenge group. Come on now. And every month, the coach is running a new challenge group. Coaches don't take months off. Carl, just because you lazy, don't mean everybody else is.
Well,
period.
And
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say lazy.
The fact that you were going to say that you work out for 3 weeks and then you have put so much into it that now you need to take months off. Yeah. And there's an issue with the workout program itself.
Yeah. You should be able to do something it's for a lifetime. That's the problem. I swear I'll stop talking. Y'all, it's been way too long. I'm sorry. Let's think about this, right? I was in Beachbody for 8 years. Beachbody did not teach me how to do or set up a program. I had to contact ChatGPT to set up a workout program for me. And it's not just me, though. There are tons of people. That's the reason I found it. I've been using ChatGPT since it first came out. So I never even thought to put that in. But it's not just me. It's tons of people out there. Beachbody doesn't teach you how to be sustainable for the rest of your life. They want you to be dependent on them. That's the reason. And that's not right.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm off my soapbox. I swear I'll shut up.
Let me mute myself. Cheryl, when you get on your soapbox, it's literally my favorite thing. The passion, I just love it. I'm just taking notes, how to be passionate like Cheryl, because it's just I love a good rage. I just am figuring out how to do that.
Totally justified, Cheryl. None of us know how to eat. None of us have a good relationship with our bodies. We don't know how to work out just to enjoy movement. The things that we're working through that this brought upon or maybe enhanced.
Right.
It's ridiculous. And the fact that we did this for years and you still don't know how to eat, you don't know how to work out, you don't know how to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because according to them, you do 3 weeks and you're just done.
Monica, you don't talk about any type of maintenance. There's no maintenance. Once you reach your goals, honestly, a lot of the conversations I've had and what I used to do, once you reach your goals, you have to make sure that you have a good before and after photo. So if you reach your goal, you've probably restricted so much that once you do reach your goal, you're going to be off nutrition plan for a week, month, but still moving your body, just not sharing your food. And then when the new program comes out, you then dial it back in, so that you can get that good before and after photo. Just go and look at the top coaches. They all have a ton of before and after.
Well, either that
there is
or
no movement.
they will say, okay, so I was really focused on weight, but now lift 4 is coming out. So I want to be strong. So now I'm going to build my strength. But oh no, I gained too much weight because I was eating too much food. I want to lean out now with bar. You create these different scenarios in your head so that you always are on some type of a transformation that is visible.
Yep.
And
then when you can't really get any results because you're not realizing that you are not eating enough calories throughout the day and you're moving too much, you then just start talking about mindset and how you are body positive all of a sudden, and that we love our bodies, and anybody is anybody can join, because this is not about weight loss. This is about being comfortable in your own skin. Been there. And you can see the cycle every single time.
And then you get desperate and start faking your before and afters by taking an old before and after, and then the after picture maybe from a bikini competition that you were in, or maybe you. And I say this because it's against the rules to do that. The FTC says absolutely not, and you can get fined for that. So it's not just us being hater trolls under the bridge of anti-multi-level marketing. It's us saying, look, do you have $50,000 per social media post if the FTC decides to slap you? If you don't, maybe you should think about that.
Yeah, because there's the pressure to be proof the product works gets overwhelming. And in my opinion, it can often lead to some unethical behavior in order to continue to meet the standard that has been set in this company.
Or you, if you've had children, you use your pregnancy photo or your postpartum pregnancy body within a few weeks, and then that's your before picture, because the new people, they don't know anymore, and that's your before picture. And so you can basically just keep doing what you're doing, because your before picture and your after picture at least looks a little different.
Yep, it's fraudulent. And if you're doing that, if you're in an MLM and you're doing that, I'm not saying there's not pressure to do that. If you take a step back, though, is it influencing the people that you are trying to sell your product and service to in a way that if they knew the whole truth, they would choose something differently than buying with you? And that's a scary question to ask yourself, because deceiving the customer base, one, it's wrong. And I would say in 5 years and 10 years, if you're looking back, and maybe you don't feel bad about stuff, but there is a peace in knowing, like, once you know better, you can do better, and you could say, hey, you know what? I bet Amy gets to sleep a little bit more peacefully at night, knowing that she is not having to do all of these twisty things to get sales. I bet Cheryl sleeps better at night because she doesn't have to orchestrate and hold this complex web together with all of these things that Beachbody taught them how to do. I feel better because I don't have to tell people that essential oils fix everything, because they don't.
And I feel better because, and I can sleep at night, and this is in response to people calling us haters and trolls, because that literally lights me up. It makes me so angry, because I don't understand how I'm a hater or a troll when I literally do not get any kickback or compensation for trying to make sure that people have the truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
Exactly. And that's why it's consumer protection.
Exactly. You should have everything up front, knowing everything that goes on before you make a buy-in decision that could potentially put you into debt and cause you to go bankrupt.
And expose you to a potential eating disorder.
Disordered eating. Yeah.
It's just it and again, I know people get defensive when people like us start to interfere with their money-making endeavors. But if you're using fraud, force, or coercion to do it, we're gonna call it out. I'm
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care if that is your job. I don't care if you are the only sole moneymaker. I don't care. I'm sorry. It is fraud. It is fraudulent. And if you can go to bed at night being a fraud on the internet and faking people and sending desperate people like that, desperate people are buying this stuff. You are influencing people that are probably just left the doctor and didn't get the answers that they wanted to try to learn. I mean, I've talked about this on my podcast. We get told, I've went to the doctor before. I was told to move more, eat less.
Yep.
So you get so frustrated. You come back, you see that Instagram post and you see, oh, so-and-so lost tons of weight using this drink. So that's all I got to do because I have been moving more and eating less, and then therefore the next 3 months, it doesn't work. And it can cause people to go down a dark spiral hole, and it's wrong.
Yep. 100%.
Health esteem perspective, I was thinking about it with just what's the outcome? What's the after photo going to look like? So then last fall, when we launched the Body Block concept and I relaxed about how intensive it had to be, all of a sudden I went from being an outcome person to an experience person, meaning all I wanted to do was about 15 to 17 workouts a month. And I was good. And I've been doing this now for the last 8 months. And I'm at 59 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life, literally. Most consistent, certainly, that I've ever been in my life. And, I drink this, or Energize pre-workout. I actually use this. I replaced coffee with this. I don't love coffee anyway. I like the flavor sometimes with if I'm having a muffin or something, or pancakes. But I have this.
That flavor is disgusting, everybody. So don't listen. That flavor is gross. He even has the really bad Energize flavor.
Yeah, he probably has to move the product because people won't buy it.
It tastes disgusting. Sorry.
Hi again.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys are still on.
It's because I won't shut up. I won't shut up.
It's so frustrating.
So I want to go back to, I was driving. I'm like, I want to talk about programming. Because if you look at the super blocks that they have coming out throughout the year, it's kind of like the same thing like we used to do as coaches. We would shift from strength to Pilates to cardio to strength to Pilates. And that's great if your goal is just to make sure you are being active and moving every day. But if you have a goal to actually get stronger and improve your muscle mass and your bone density, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I actually told Cheryl this the other day where we were having a chat. I've been working with somebody for 2 years now. And for the first year, she stayed consistent with one strength training workout a week because that is all she could mentally do. One. That's it. One.
Yeah.
One. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
She's not talking about me. But
no, I'm not talking about Cheryl.
Sounds like
nuts.
Sounds like me.
You can start there, Cheryl.
I have my what we call the daily dose of dense nutrition. That helps fill the gaps in my my vegetable problem, and I do these 15 to 17 workouts a month, and I follow an eating plan that helps me manage my portions and also understand the mindset of how to eat more healthy and be just conscious about what I'm eating. Now, the reason that's a game changer is now I'm engaged for the long term. And now I'm sharing this with people, and people are loving it because they feel better about themselves.
As opposed to the last 25 years.
Yeah.
My
I
dude.
thought that was always supposed to be for the long term.
Right? No, my dude, you've been in this for a long time and you have been fairly consistent, except for when a new product comes out and you say how you haven't been consistent.
Oh my God. Girl.
They're not coming in feeling bad about themselves. They're coming in because they want to take care of themselves. And this is a big opportunity. And I think it's an important one. Like I said, back in the early days, we had tens of thousands of people on our message boards who are doing what we're asking you to do. They did it for free because they loved it. They loved helping people. It was created meaning in their lives. And now it's a business opportunity. And in these days with inflation and the expense of things, and people just wanting to earn some flexibility in their lives and have some flexibility to pay off some debt or maybe plan a vacation this summer, it's an opportunity to monetize the healthy behaviors that you kind of know you should be doing anyway in the convenience of your own home, but help other people around you, friends, family members, tap into this and get started with it. And look, the beautiful thing is you can help people get started and earn commissions. But for anybody, you get to make this promise to them. Same promise I'll make to you, that if it doesn't work out, after 30 days, you get your money back. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. For the product, you can finish the shakes, you can finish the Energize, you can try it for a month. If it doesn't work out, you get your money back. Same thing with the business opportunity. If it doesn't work out,
that easy.
you don't feel like it's going to suit you, get your money back. But I think with what we've seen for tens of thousands of people, it does work. It does feel good.
I'm sorry. Have you been in the coaches groups on Facebook and the pressure that everyone is under to just push through it? You can be successful. Just stick it out a little bit longer. And then, oh gosh, you missed the return window. Oh, I can't believe that happened.
Be here in a year.
Yep.
Well, and
I remember being in the coaches group and they're like, your first month, you're not going to really do anything besides get your family member, your first 2 family members on board. It's really after 3 months is when you're going to start making your money back. That's what I was told. You have to stick into it for at least 3 months.
I was told be here in a year. Give it a year.
Then when you get to the 3 month mark and you're not there, oh no, you got to give it a year. So they would keep moving the goalpost on how. Yeah.
Yep. Oh my God, Carl.
And it is a great way, particularly for the next 3 months, to earn an extra income. And that's where I'll close it out. And if anybody has any questions, I'll look for questions. And we're going to do this more regularly. But there's an opportunity for you to earn around $1,300, in just an extra $1,300 in the next 3 months.
780 plus 500 is 1280, right?
Minus what you have to spend every month to buy starter kit, whatever they're calling it now, and then the Shakeology and Energize Next. So no, Carl, you're not making that much money. Thank you very much.
Literally not.
I really believe that the FTC needs to add BODi to their list for their notice of over 1,100 businesses.
It's on there. They just didn't put it on that when that post went up. Beachbody.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Promotion that we're doing again to celebrate the launch of our Health Esteem platform.
Well, you see how he's responding.
Nutrition and mindset videos for people to feel good about themselves while they improve their overall well-being. And so, and the way.
So, Amy just asked, how much do typical coaches earn annually?
Okay.
$1,500 is over the course of the next 3 months, and that's basically 12 weeks, give or take a week, help 10 people come into this program, come into this ecosystem and start to improve their lives. And as part of that, that's basically those 10 people that'll result in about $780 in earning potential.
Wait, does this little box show all the questions that were submitted?
Yes. Well, it didn't. I thought, I may go over. I kind of go back and forth between some things because I do start seeing some of the things that other people are saying.
Because one side says all questions and the other side says my questions. So I thought maybe you were the only one asking questions. So I was just confused.
I think I go over to it.
Okay. Oops. What? Uh-oh.
That's them again.
This meeting is being recorded.
Below, but I won't get into the technicalities. The partner who brought you in can help you understand that a little bit. But the point is a $500 bonus for our newer coaches who bring in 10 people over the course of the next 10 to 12 weeks to help more people get started and to help you earn an income that can offset some expenses. Now, let's be true.
Amy, did that delete your question?
Yes, it did.
On purpose, I bet you.
Hmm.
I bet you. Uh-huh.
This on the web.
It doesn't, for everybody, it doesn't materialize into income. Some people, they get started and it turns out it's not for them. And that's those people, if it's not working for them, I hope you get your money back. And
I hope you get your money back, but you probably missed the window because I just told you could make $1,300 in 3 months. So that automatically pushes me back past the return window. Carl?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Listening to yourself. I'm just mad now because look at his face. Okay.
Sorry.
Screenshot. Live chat. Screenshot.
maybe stay a customer. We'd love you to still have you as a subscriber. And I think you're going to enjoy the community. And I think you're going to enjoy the way you feel from the products. But maybe the business opportunity isn't for you. But it's also
Shakeology filled my stomach.
to be something that you can turn into whatever you want. And there's a broad continuum of what this can be for you, from zero to more than zero. Certainly in the next 3 months, it could be that $1,300, $1,200.
Did you hear that? 0 to more than 0.
Yeah.
He's so eloquent with his words.
Oh
my
CEO material,
right
y'all.
there.
This is definitely not one of his summit speeches, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, they're not far from it. I mean,
Little bit of pre-summer income. But at the end of the day, what's most meaningful here is how it makes you feel. And I think it's going to make you feel more energy. I think it's going to feel good about yourself. I think it's going to feel good to represent this opportunity to friends and family that aren't plugged in to a fitness program or a mindset program. They're struggling with stress and anxiety and could just make the slightest tweaks to their nutrition using our nutrition plans.
just see a professional. Therapy works great.
I like that he's like, we have an incredible money back guarantee, but wait for 3 months. But, you're going to get a little bit of money so that you can get some spending money for summer. But I forgot to mention taxes. But I mean, we have something that you'll probably like. This comes across as so desperate. Like this
From 0 to more than 0.
Oh my God.
Well, I made 0 then more than 0. That's what I made.
And less than zeros.
You need merch
that are included in the subscription to help get things on track so they feel better and they feel better about themselves. And they're a great example to their
There is no track, Carl.
He's like, oh, you need to be a good example for your kids now. I love that he's just like pulling out all the stops. Something is going to connect with this audience that is listening right now, except nothing has connected. Oh my God.
Making a little bit of effort to get a little bit more proactive about health and wellness. And that's going to feel good. And of course, we can't guarantee any level of success with this. There's no guarantees, just like any opportunity.
So this long.
It's going to be easier than you've ever thought to make an extra $1,280 in 3 months.
Did you all send it? Can we send this to Jamama or whatever her name is and be like, where is your CEO's income claim?
Disclaimer.
It took 30 minutes for him to even glaze over it. 30 minutes.
Over the disclaimer. Yep.
Oh my God.
It should have been like the first thing.
Yep. It should be on every single time.
It
They should have done this on StreamYard.
It should have been at the bottom scrolling across the entire presentation.
Yeah, it should have been there the whole time. Whenever he was talking and moving his mouth, that's when it should have been on there. Oh my God.
But the one thing that's really interesting is
what
that I love about this business opportunity. Last week, and I'll finish up. I know I went a little bit over here. Last week, I was talking to some of our partners, and they asked.
Amy asked, the last income disclosure I found represented the data from 2021. When will the 2022 data come out?
It's still not out.
What I would do if I weren't the CEO. What job would you have if you weren't the CEO of this company? And I'll be honest, I would become a partner. And here's
no way. Can
you see him running a challenge group?
No way. There's no way.
You see him just a selfie every morning. This is my Energize. Let's do the Energize dance, y'all.
Energize dance.
Oh my God.
I mean, maybe that's what he's thinking he's going to have to do because they're finally going to get rid of him as CEO. So he's going to come back on as a partner. So that's why he's sharing his Shakeology first thing every morning. He's priming the audience. Join my team.
Why? First off, it makes me feel great. And I need that influence, that financial motivation to keep me connected to my fitness and nutrition priorities. I need to be in that ecosystem. But from a business perspective, here's the big aha for me. This is the only business opportunity that I know where my revenue opportunity increases by my effort and my time. But it does not.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Huge lie.
Your income opportunity increases the more people you recruit. Do you not even understand your own your compensation model?
Oh my gosh,
Carl.
Costing more money. All I would have to pay for as a partner is my business services fee, and for the product that I consume. But I don't have to take on any inventory. I don't have to take on additional risk. My time is my only risk. I don't know of any other business that's like that. If I open a store and I want to open up a second store, I got to pay more rent, pay more people, pay more overhead. As my opportunity increases, so do my expenses. This is the only opportunity.
My business, online personal training. I have a couple in-person clients. My expenses are less than what it cost me for my business service fee, my Shakeology, and my Energize.
Yeah.
Jen, we don't need that hater mindset here. You know, that's just too much
Jen.
logic. We don't do logic when
So
we're
I mean, if I start, promoting and talking about it more and whatever, yeah, I'll make more money if I work harder. But at this point, I'm like,
Can you make 0 to more than 0?
I can make 0 to more than 0.
we need a shirt.
I'm finishing up May's calendar to progress from April's calendar right now. I was looking at this week and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I wish I could do it, but I can't because my ankle's messed up.
0 to more than 0. We need a shirt that says that.
Yep.
That I can turn into something meaningful on my terms without increasing my expenses. So you're sitting at home, and you're thinking about what am I going to do to earn some extra income? This is an opportunity that, of course, like anything, has risks and there's no guarantee.
There's a guarantee with Uber. There's a guarantee with DoorDash. There's a guarantee with Ship It. Meaning
there's a guarantee with any MLM that you join that 99.7% of all people who join are going to lose money.
Oh, that's true. That's
a guarantee.
Yep.
And maybe somebody will put the statement of earnings up there for you. Maybe if any of the teams watching, you can put the distributor earnings link in the Q&A here, somehow distribute that.
So we kind of answered your question.
Come down to what you want.
So he said that he saw it and he wanted someone to link it, right? Is that what you were saying?
So he really should be saying instead of $0 or more, it should be negative.
Right.
Or make like $5. And you remember, I was in it for 5 years. My net profit was $200 for 5 years of coaching. And I was a 1-star qualifying diamond.
I know that I didn't profit anything.
2 years. $200 over 5 years.
Cheryl sees your 5 and she raises you to 8.
Yeah.
0 to nothing to more than 0.
I'm sure if I would have kept going, it would have been 0.
Yeah.
How do you want to spend your time? And if you're willing to follow our 4 vital behaviors, it might be something meaningful for you. And that's be the proof the product works. That's step 1. Second is care enough to invite some people to do it with you and find out what their needs are. Ask them questions.
We don't even know them.
Feel better about themselves. Third, you want to follow up with people and support them so that they get results. That's the most, I think, rewarding thing about being a partner is to see the effect you can have on people's lives just by being an accountability partner to their well-being and helping them feel good about themselves. And then the fourth, and we achieve this with our Mindset Masterclasses, do some personal development on yourself so you continue to evolve on your personal development journey. That's what we try to unlock. We want to enhance.
Why do we keep talking about personal development when there's so many slimy people who have $1 million earning companies? So like, what are you saying that you have to be a good person to figure out how to make money? I don't get it.
Okay. So the 4 vital behaviors are be proof the products work, connect, invite, follow up, get people results, and do personal development. That's why. Those are your 4 vital behaviors.
Oh.
And my target are moms of older kids ages 25 to 50, overworked and tired.
I think that was mine too.
Help people live a happy, healthy life.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Only one person on my invite sheet.
Oh my God.
Oh, Cheryl, that might be why you failed.
Where's your 100?
Carl Daikeler. Carl.
I just found this yesterday, and when he said that, I was like, oh, I got a whole binder over here of fun.
I love that. I love that.
A whole binder of fun.
We love a binder. We love a receipt moment.
enhance your life. Again, back to the mission statement. Help people achieve their goals and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. And that's what we hope you achieve with this.
Wait.
Not a question, but just wanted to say we love you as our CEO. Are we watching the same person right now?
Okay, so this does like validate though that this is like everyone's stuff is on the screen, not just mine. There's nothing going on in the Q&A.
Yeah, and someone said, BODi does not guarantee any level of success, and they're responding to you. No kidding. We're looking for the income disclosure. What are you talking about? That's something you've produced before. We're not saying like you're guaranteeing anything. We want to say what the averages are and the median and all that other good stuff. Oh, you don't like what those numbers say, so you're just not going to produce it? Really?
Oh, I just found that girl on Instagram.
Oh my God.
She is a former NBA cheerleader, 5-time elite coach, number 47 in the network.
Wow.
Wow.
Go ahead.
That's what the child says.
Too bad you left the NBA for
Beachbody.
Esteem.
Yep.
Including the prospect of creating an income that matches your time and effort into this business. So now it's up to you. Make a decision. We hope we can see you be a part of this. We do a lot of fun things. We go on events sometimes for the people that earn it. We have a summit in the summer you can come to, a big super workout where we take over city streets and have all our super trainers lead this hour-and-a-half class that's just crazy. You'll just blow your mind. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to have a really cool experience. And I hope you join us. Give it a shot. And like I said, if it doesn't work out for you, 30 days, you get your money back. But I hope you give it a try. And I hope I can build a team of people with big hearts who want to help people feel good about themselves and show the world that you can lead a healthy, fulfilling life, regardless of your size and what your body's like, but that how
you can live a full life, even if you're bigger than I think is appropriate. Carl, you can shut your mouth and sit down. I cannot believe this is the CEO of Beachbody.
Hey, the whole time I was watching this, my husband was trying to watch a show and he's like, will you quit making noises? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you keep going, no, because apparently I was yelling at the computer because he was frustrating me. So you can be happy no matter what size you are or how unhealthy your body is.
They actually, Carl actually thinks that we live, I'm going to say I, as a bigger person, live some kind of lesser kind of life because I'm not in a body that looks like Autumn Calabrese. He's dead serious right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my God.
I mean, you remember when he had Kat on the wake-up call and he shamed her about being the modifier and not being skinnier.
Yep, absolutely. And why haven't you had any progress? God.
Where's
when
your
they brought her
progress?
back as a modifier again.
Yep.
So when I was on the call last Thursday with this, I asked in the question, I said, okay, so for these trips, are they all expenses paid?
What'd they say?
All expenses. Like, no, you have to do this. And I said, so then I didn't earn anything.
Yep. And you have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir.
And of course he didn't answer it. Somebody answered in the question box.
And he didn't answer any questions. He went on a diatribe for 33 minutes and didn't answer a single question. And we're at minute 35 and 7 seconds. And the whole video is 36 minutes and 27 seconds. So, can I just say this to everybody running a Zoom opportunity or even doing a presentation? If you say that you're going to answer questions, actually answer some questions at the end of your Zoom call maybe not for you, but do it for me. Just remember, I'm going to be raging somewhere at someone not doing that. And you can make me eternally happy by just doing what you said you're going to do. And pressing present.
The webinars that I run for the other company that I'm working for, the fitness company.
Yes.
We have pre-registration. I get all of their questions beforehand.
Oh my God, I love it.
So I have them ready to answer to the person who's presenting. So he gets them ahead of time if they can't make it live. And I monitor the questions and I feed them to him.
God, a
And if-
professional in a sea of amateurs. I can't believe it, except I can, because it can be done.
And if there's questions in the comment that I can answer that are in my scope, I will answer them as he's talking.
Oh my gosh. We love to see it. We really do. Carl?
You feel on the inside is what's most important. And when you approach it, your health and wellness from that perspective of how you feel, everything gets easier. And that's what we want to help you achieve and get your help to help other people achieve. So I'll let it go now. Follow up with the partner that invited you to this call. And if you do sign up with us, I'm going to be doing calls like this probably every week. I know I'm doing another one next Thursday. So you can invite some people and I'll have the similar kind of conversation.
Oh boy.
Okay.
What a
So
draw.
that's it. Thank you all. I'm looking real quick here to see if there's any other. Nope, that's about it. All right. Thank you all for everything that you do. And
poor Carl. I almost feel sorry for
Yeah,
him.
how grateful I am, how important you are to this mission and this business. And for the prospective partners, join us and be a part of something special, something that I think is going to be meaningful for you in your life. All right. Have a good one and have a good weekend. And happy Easter to everybody who's celebrating, whatever you're celebrating this time of year. Thanks for considering and being a part of the
End the sales pitch already.
Team BODi family. All right. Take care, everybody.
You know, like this is what I'm one of those weird people. Like y'all might not believe it, but I do feel sorry for people. Like I'm not even going to tell you who I sometimes feel sorry for because y'all think I'm crazy. But anyways, I just feel sorry for him because it's like, you know, he did build something in a time when we did need it, right? He did Insanity, P90X, those types of things. He hasn't been able to keep up, and it's not just Carl's fault. There's a board behind him that even before they went public, you know, there are people that also have to make these decisions. He is a CEO, and ultimately it does roll up to him. But in a company stance, like there's a lot of things that are in play below him that is possibly why they are failing now and why they haven't been able to keep up. And it's one, I mean, look at how Autumn acts. His hands are tied with her.
I think one of the biggest mistakes he made was siding with Autumn over Tony Horton.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. And I get
if you're a business owner and you look at this and you're saying that the people you have on your team don't matter, this is a perfect example of how that plays out because you got rid of Tony and you benched the guy. I'm getting nervous. The guy who did Insanity.
Sean T.
Sean T could be the face of Beachbody, and Carl continues to put Autumn over him. And Sean T is so dynamic. He's so charismatic. He is great on camera. And
people love him.
Autumn.
He has the same type of following and cult-like following as what Autumn does.
Absolutely.
I have a love, and at the same time, I kind of watch Sean T from a distance type of thing with him because he's great, but then there's also some very problematic things that he puts out there.
Okay,
and I'm not talking about his OnlyFans stuff or whatever the heck he does. But it's still there too.
Autumn, who shames people for their size and encourages eating disorders. Maybe it does. I'm just saying, gosh, Tony, I thought Tony was incredible, and his exit interview that he did on that one podcast. It's like the biggest mistake you could have made is not putting Tony on some kind of decision-making position in Beachbody, in my opinion.
And then what he did to Chris Downing.
Yeah.
Anyone
who
wanted to do anything different, anything that truly could have been innovative. Yeah. Because Chris didn't like the way they were doing the meal plans, and like his training style was different. I loved him. I thought he was fantastic.
I enjoyed Shift Shop. And and think about this. I mean, you got a Peloton, a really loved Peloton, and I mean, she's got a love-hate relationship over some things, but you got a Peloton instructor, cycle instructor that you brought on over a year ago, and you still don't platform her. You still
I think there's either she's either doing something with them or she's going out on her own. There's something coming with her. She's been throwing little breadcrumbs out there.
But she has been doing some that are Shakeology and different things. She has said that it is with Beachbody.
Yeah. I think Dallas is leaving.
Yeah.
She does seem to be like,
I don't know. I just feel that's what I mean, I don't know. I just, maybe it's just my old coach heart feeling bad for Carl. I don't know. But can you imagine being the CEO of the company and not really understanding your business and having to lead what is coaching call?
Yeah, but he behaved him, and as much as we can have empathy for him, and like, I appreciate that, Cheryl, that like you can say like it is sad to see a business crumble. He behaved himself into this position by not keeping coaches accountable, by not putting qualified people in positions of like view, like Tony could have been led the charge on stuff. And if Carl's the one saying, hey, I'm conflicting with Tony about all this stuff, maybe it's you, Carl, that needs to take a step back and look, because look at the reach and the loyalty that his fan base has. People who don't even like MLMs still respect Tony and some of the other, and Chris Downing and others too. So,
and there are people that are still subscribed to Beachbody that only subscribe for P90X and Tony's workouts.
Yeah, and but this is the reaction. I mean, even the thing with Anita that I did, that rather than take the feedback that I sent to Beautiful You and say, hey, this is wrong, instead she did a podcast about how to deal with haters and blogging. That was
well nuts. She's a former MLM hunt herself, so yes, I mean, I've been following her for years, just because I was in an MLM and I thought she was an expert in social media. And I honestly didn't realize that I still followed her until you shared. And I was like, wait a second, I've seen that product before. And I went down the hole. And that's how this is going to be her downfall, because I'm going to tell you, that woman that owns Beautiful You, it's her company. She has children, she has a family, she has all of that. So if she can afford $50,000 fine from the FTC for every one of her affiliates that are lying and doing deception, go for it. But we're still going to call you out. Just because you don't have an MLM doesn't mean we're not going to call you out on it.
No, absolutely.
Yep. Well, live chat, you really, and I know we always say this, we do not take it for granted that the live chat wants to hang out with us for 2 hours and 30 minutes and sip and snark with us and tell us like all the delicious things that you're going to eat for dinner, and just, walk through the murk of a pitch from Carl Daikeler himself. And I appreciate all the commentary, all of the insight, all of the fact finding that y'all did with Avon and, the MLM roots of that. And if you haven't already subscribed to Cheryl, Amy, Jen, or me or Amber, I'm going to throw everyone's link back in my stream, and it'll show up on the front, and it'll be linked below after we end the stream. I don't know. Closing thoughts. Please don't join an MLM. But if you are dead set on joining, I will say this. It's Twisty and Beachbody. And how do we know that? From the top down? The CEO is the one that is controlling this brand, this mindset, and this health stuff. And it's Twisty. And we, like, yes, not everyone's experience is Amy's or Jen's or Cheryl's or Amber's experience in Beachbody, but there's so many stories that are so similar where they say, hey, my relationship with food is screwed up because of Portion Fix, because of how the super trainers talk about food. And it's something to be aware of, so that if you can avoid it, great. Just think about it and equip yourself with education so you can be empowered and advocate for yourself. And we're, y'all know our bias. We're not fans of Beachbody. We are not fans of Beachbody. And I don't know. That's what I want to say. I'll throw the microphone up to y'all while I figure out the outro.
No, and if you're trying to decide how to evaluate a company, don't go to their CEO for the advice, because he did not tell you what you truly needed to know. And the questions that I asked that would have helped give maybe some of the answers, he did not answer.
Yep.
Because he can't let you know what's behind the curtain. Otherwise, you won't join.
Yep.
And so, like, I think it's important to have a balanced viewpoint, because I know when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, I didn't look at anything that maybe talked like against Beachbody, because again, those people are just haters and trolls. And so to evaluate both the good and the bad, and if all you can find is good from the company, be a little bit hesitant on that, because there's going to be something.
Yep.
So, and he is doing a live in 45 minutes. He's doing another one tonight.
Oh boy.
I can't handle him. Seriously,
I'm gonna let Cheryl and Jen go. I'm gonna redirect to Clown Town's live when this ends. If you stay in my chat, it will push you over to their live as well.
Can you push mine over too?
Potentially. I'm not sure if I can. If you open up in your browser and go to your YouTube channel and click on that we're live right now and click edit, you can go to customization and redirect to the Clown Town.
Awesome.
Yep. All right. Well,
I just appreciate every one of y'all for joining us and listening to us talk for almost 3 hours. It's literally therapeutic.
I'm totally surprised you guys were still on when I got home from taking the kid to the doctor.
It's so therapeutic for me. I enjoy hanging out with you ladies so much, even though I talk to you every day. I just enjoy hanging out with you all so much.
I enjoy hanging out with y'all too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I miss Amber.
We do. Amber, we love you so much.
Fix your computer.
Yes.
Where's her computer?
All right.
We're going
over to Clown Town, and we're going to play the outro so it gives people some more time to redirect if they want to. So hang out in my chat and we will be back. Okay. Or we'll be over there. Okay. Bye.